recipient, rookie the Co-Lin cheerleader, secretary of student government, reporter for Sigma Kappa Delta English Honorary, and a member of the Trailblazers, Diamond Dolls, and DSU. Brooke plans to attend the University of Southern Mississippi to pursue a career in physical therapy. She is escorted today by her father, Mike Reams. Wesson campus maid, Brooke Mackenzie Reams.
Don't worry about the replay for long. We'll get some food, man.
Representing the Natchez campus is Brittany Scroggins. Brittany is the daughter of Mitch and Natalie Scroggins of Natchez. A graduate of Adams County Christian School, Brittany was valedictorian and inducted into the Hall of Fame. She was a member of numerous clubs and organizations and received several academic awards. The recipient of numerous scholarships, Brittany is a member of Co-Lin's Christian Ministry Services, Circle K, and Phi Theta Kappa. She plans to pursue a career as an occupational therapist. She is being escorted today by her father, Mitch Scroggins. West Natchez campus maid, Brittany Scroggins.
Any collar store?
Our final sophomore maid representing the Wesson campus is Shelby Caitlin Wallace.
Yellow one right
Shelby is the daughter of Scotty and Gail Wallace and Missy and Kirk Smith, all of Brookhaven. An honor graduate of Brookhaven Academy, Shelby was a Mississippi scholar, captain of the cheerleaders, and was a member of several clubs and organizations. A President's List student, Shelby is a member of the President's Council and Phi Theta Kappa. She is co-head Colette, editor of the Trillium Yearbook, and a member of the Trailblazers and Diamond Dolls. Shelby was selected a beauty in the 2011 Trillium Beauty Pageant. She plans to attend the University of Southern Mississippi.
Test 1, 2, check 1, 2, little loud, little loud, little loud, headphones higher, there you go.
Scotty Wallace.
Put this over here, Shep's mic is right here. We'll turn it on in a minute. Control-Alt-Delete.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Combined Lincoln Community College's 2012 Homecoming Queen, China Louise Coughlin. China is the daughter of Chad and Crystal Coughlin of Bogachetta, an honor graduate of Enterprise Attendance Center. China was a cheerleader, member of the basketball and softball teams.
Test 1, 2, check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Her senior year. China's a member of
Test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, check.
Sigma Kappa Delta, Baptist Student Union, and is a pitcher for the Lady Wolf softball team. She was selected a beauty in the 2011 Trillium Beauty Pageant. China plans to pursue a career as a dental hygienist. She is escorted today by her father, Chad Coughlin.
No, just make that a Sprite and a Coke.
Representing Combined Lincoln Community College 2012 Homecoming Queen, China Louise Coughlin. China will be crowned today by Student Government Association President Will Gatlin of Bogachetta, and presenting flowers to the Queen will be Combined Lincoln Community College President Dr. Ronnie Nevins.
Test 1, 2, check 1, 2. Chandler Rogers, the quarterback.
Ladies and gentlemen, Combined Lincoln Community College.
Darius Guy, running back.
Homecoming court.
Marquise Hayes, Joe Craig. Darren Anderson. Clint Hatton, 1,456 yards, 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, also 3 rushing touchdowns. He's 6th in the NGCCC in touchdown passes. I had written some more notes on these guys. Maybe not. How much longer do you think, Mike? $2:42. I think there's one other guy sitting there, Jimmy, but I'm not sure. Okay. I'll tell you what we could do is get rid of this chair. Or you want this one, Jimmy? Yeah, I'm good. You know how I am. I'm fidgety.
Almost winded up outside.
Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Seconds.
Jerry Martin. Raymond Williams.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Stone Stadium on the campus of Co-Lin Community College in beautiful Wesson, Mississippi. We are very close to starting a huge junior college football game this afternoon between the 11th-ranked Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Bulldogs and the 14th-ranked Co-Lin Wolves in a battle for first place in the MACJC South Division standings. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bill Snyder, along with Jimmy Davis. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're watching via streaming video or listening on 103.1 FM WOSM. cramped but still cozy here in the press box at Stone Stadium. And Jimmy, this is what you play for. It's basically win or go home for the Bulldogs, and they take this one. They control their own destiny.
That's what when I talked to the coaches before the game a couple of minutes ago, they've stressed that all week long. This is what you've played for. This is what those 5:30 in the morning workouts through the 100-degree heat and all is for. This is for all the nickels. The ones that win, the team that wins here has got a very good shot of hosting the South Division and as well as hosting the state if they can keep winning. So that's so important. And that's how important this ball game is.
It is. The tiebreaker would be, and we're assuming, of course, that Gulf Coast, let's say Gulf Coast wins and beats East Central next week. This is Co-Lin's last South Division game. Jones plays Southwest today, I believe, in their last South Division game. So basically, if we win out, there would be 3 teams with 1 loss in the South Division. So there would be a 3-way tiebreaker. However, since all 3 teams have 1 loss and they beat each other, it would cancel each other out. So then they'd go to overall record. And with the Bulldogs, assuming they win here and beating East Central, would be 8-1 in the year, and by virtue of that would be first place in the South Division and would host a playoff game. And if they won that, would host the state championship game since it was hosted up north last year. Do we have all that? Or do I need to put it on a blackboard? It is kind of confusing, but it seems like it's like this every year. This happened in 2010 when Co-Lin won the division because we beat them, but then went on the road and lost to Kahoma. If you cover this stuff enough, it all starts making sense, even though it sounds like a bunch of calculus.
And you're right, Bill. And this Co-Lin team has been able to hang on with only 1 loss early in the season, been able to hang on and go through the season unscathed in the South Division play. We weren't that fortunate. We went over and had the 1 loss at Jones. Since then, I think we have recovered. I think our defense has definitely played a whole lot better because in the last 3 ball games, we've scored probably 160 or so points, giving up about 28 or 9 points. So you can definitely see a big turnaround in that freshman defense. Can we score points? Absolutely. I don't think any team in the United States can stop us from scoring points. I think the key today is going to be, can our defense slow them down? And special teams are going to play a big part here today.
Penalties and turnovers as well. And you kind of like this angle, Jim. We had to put the camera over here so we're looking straight up, so it looks like we're towering down on everybody, even though we're really not. It's an interesting press box, a great view of the field, but we're totally enclosed in glass. So it's interesting, but Natalie Davis, the sports information PR person here, and her staff, they do a terrific job. JP McInnes got us going with internet, so we're all good here in Wesson as we get ready for Gulf Coast and Co-Lin. Right now, let's check in with Gulf Coast head coach Steve Campbell. He's going to talk about today's game with Co-Lin, so let's take a listen and look at what Coach Campbell had to say about today's game.
We've beaten them 4 in a row, but I got a feeling they're going to be hungry for us, Coach. They've really played well this year, only lost 1 game, and it's going to be, as Sonny Crockett said in one of those last episodes of Miami Vice, this ain't no trip to Cleveland. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, Co-Lin's always has a great football team. They're extremely well coached with a lot of great athletes. They're explosive on offense and then very, very stingy on defense. They've got some ball hawks in the secondary. I think they lead the nation in interceptions. They've got a corner that's got 6 picks, and they've got a strong safety that's got 4 picks on the year. So between 2 guys, they've got 10 interceptions. 2 great defensive ends that do a great job of rushing the quarterback. They do a great job running and throwing the football on offense, and then they've got some dangerous guys that return punts and kicks for them. So you'll see a lot of similarities between their team and our team. I think philosophically they're going to try to run the football and set up play action. Defensively, they like to get after the quarterback, and so a good football team. Co-Lin's always has a great football team, and this is a typical Co-Lin football team. We played them, I guess it was a couple of years ago. Played them twice, once for the South State Championship and once for the state championship. And it seems like every time we play Co-Lin, there's always something on the line. So it's a tremendous challenge, but it's one that we're definitely looking forward to.
You were talking about they like to run and pass. One of their running backs among the league leaders in rushing. Their quarterback, Chandler Rogers, looks like he does pretty well too. So, they're going to have some punch, like you said, and like you said on defense, leading in interceptions. We're up there as well. So it's one of those something's got to give kind of things.
It is. It's one of those immovable objects versus the unstoppable force type of deal. So, it'll be a battle of wills. And all that being said, what it's going to get down to is who protects the football and who limits big plays. If it's turnovers and explosive plays, and if you watch any football game, that's what it's going to boil down to. The team that has the least amount of turnovers and can create turnovers and wins the turnover battle. And then, they talk about field position. Explosive plays create field position. The more 15, 20-yard plays you have, you're having a chance to score, and you're also changing the field position. If you can limit them and create those on your own side, then you'll have a great opportunity to win the football game.
Hi, I'm Molly Barger. As a former member of Phi Theta Kappa and currently the recruitment team leader at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, I invite you to join us on October 27th as we celebrate our 2012 homecoming. We will recognize all former Phi Theta Kappa members at a breakfast reception at Liaison and at the chapel service. You may register for homecoming activities at www.mgccc.edu. I look forward to seeing you on October 27th.
South Carolina, number 3.
And welcome back to Stone Stadium here on the campus of Co-Lin Community College. It is a Chamber of Commerce day in Wesson, Mississippi. Kickoff temperature right around 78, 79 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and very little wind. Now, as this series goes, Co-Lin has lost the last 4 against Gulf Coast, so they're going to be gunning at us, and we've played them, remember, in 2010 twice, once for our homecoming and once in the state title game. So, and they've lost 4 in a row against us. Last time we lost to them was in 2008. It was an overtime game up here, 37-31. So they're going to be gunning for us. You saw it's their sophomore day. It's their homecoming, and they would like to do nothing better than end the season for all intensive terms for the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, and Steve Campbell, when I talked to him today, for the first time this year when I shook his hand was a little nervous. And, I think in the back of his mind with all these freshmen that got on the ball club, and he knows he compared this offense to our offense. He said, we're similar offenses, so it's really going to be who's going to be tough in the trenches, who can stop who from scoring points, and who don't turn the ball over. He says turnovers is going to be a killer today because both teams can put points on the board.
They certainly can. Co-Lin's only loss this year was to Northwest. That was earlier in the season, so they are 6-1 overall, 4-0 in the South, or rather 5-0 in the South. Actually, I got to check that. Sorry about that. Anyway, as we said, a beautiful day this afternoon. We moved the camera up so we'll be equal with our viewers instead of towering over them, Jimmy. Gulf Coast today coming out in blue pants, gold jerseys, and blue headgear. Co-Lin's going to be in all blue there, royal blue. And so there's going to be a contrast of blues out there this afternoon on the field. Of course, Clint Hatton will be quarterback, 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns. He is 6th in the MGCCC in touchdown passes. His counterpart on the field as far as quarterbacks, Chandler Rogers, he's thrown for 1,552 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. They have some good skilled players. They have a very good defense, a ball-hawking secondary. In fact, quarterback Jeremy Davis has 7 interceptions just by himself. So these guys know how to put pressure. Coach Campbell was talking about their 2 defensive ends a lot of times just come straight in through and put pressure on everyone, and that forces the opposing quarterbacks into interceptions. So we're going to have some really good decisions by Clint Hatton today. As you see the Bulldogs coming on the field, getting ready for this one. Of course, they want to win this and win next week to win that South Division title. If the Bulldogs lose this game today, for all intensive purposes, the season, as far as the postseason goes, would be over. A lot of stuff would have to happen, and I don't think mathematically it probably would. So it goes without saying it's a huge one, Jimmy.
Well, it's a big game. This is playoff atmosphere. It being homecoming here at Co-Lin, big crowd here showed up. Of course, a nice crowd across the way. Travel with the Bulldogs, the whole band of goals here today. So we're in full support. We're ready to go. We're up streaming. We're up on radio. So, we're ready. And our guys, if we don't get this thing started, they're going to be played out a quarter and a half of adrenaline as high as they are, I mean, they are really, really ready to play football. Now, what happens after the kickoff, don't know. That's when, our case, we've been jumping out early and getting leads and rolling on and, faltering a little bit, but not here lately. You never know what this squad's going to do.
That's true, and you never know. That's why they play the game. They always say, why play it on paper? You see the captains at midfield, Byron Nettles, Travis Taylor, Dawson Wells, and Ramsey Sellers are your captains for Gulf Coast. As you see the coin toss going on right now at the middle of the field. The captains for Co-Lin are Milton Griffin, the quarterback Chandler Rogers, Terrell Hartsfield, and also Milton King. So we're ready to go here from Wesson. As we said, it's homecoming. Beautiful day, terrific time to play football, Jimmy. We're ready to go. I was talking to Ladd earlier at the pregame tailgate, Dean of Athletics, Ladd Taylor, and we were both like, let's get this thing going. And I think the Bulldogs are ready to get going too, to go on the road and really make a statement that their hold on the MACJC South Division is still intact. As you see the coin toss, Gulf Coast will defer to the second half, so Co-Lin will get the ball first.
And I think the Bulldogs want that to happen. I think they want to test their defense and see what their offense can do. And then when it comes out after all the butterflies are gone in the second half, you get the football. That means a lot. So I think that's a wise choice by Coach Campbell. This ought to be a ball burner. This really ought to be a good ball game.
I'm very excited. I've got good stories for you. If it's a close game, I got some good ones if it's a blowout as well. And the first story over at the pregame tailgate, I'm eating this dessert, and it's kind of creamy. It had candy bars in it along with chopped up apples, and I'm going, man, this is fantastic. Do you know who put that together? Defensive coordinator Steve Davis last night at 10:30, helping Brenda Davis put together the tailgate stuff. We went with hot dogs this week. Usually it's chicken. We always have fried chicken, but this week we went. We got some grilled hot dogs, and to me, anyone who does not like grilled hot dogs, they have issues. That's just the way I feel.
In playoff atmosphere like this is, you got to have a hot dog.
That's
you
right.
You got to have that. And if Steve Davis made the dessert, he's ready.
That's what I think.
So
that's what I said.
If he's that much into the game and made it at 10:30 last night, he's ready to go.
Stephen Broccoli's going to tee it up right there at the 35-yard line. Gulf Coast will be going left to right on your internet video screen. So Co-Lin will get the ball first. Their two people back deep are Greg Sims and Joe Craig Jr. So we are moments away from getting ready here in Wesson. Gulf Coast and Co-Lin, the battle for the MACJC South Division lead. Thanks for watching us on MGCCCBulldogs.com and listening on 103.1 FM. WOSM. Broccoli's ready. His hand is in the air. The Bulldogs are ready, and here we go from Wesson. Stephen puts his right foot into it. It's going to go about 2 yards deep in the end zone, taken by Joe Craig Jr., and he will kneel it there, and Co-Lin will start 1st and 10 from the 25. As we said, the quarterback is Chandler Rogers. Chandler, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions this year. He is a sophomore from Brookhaven Academy. His main running back is Darius Guy. Guy is a freshman from Tunica, Mississippi. Guy, 519 yards, 7 touchdowns, also has 153 yards receiving. It's also got some good wide receivers. We'll talk about them in just a second. It's lined up on the near hash. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Co-Lin Wolves. First play from scrimmage, Co-Lin and Gulf Coast. The Bulldogs in the 3-3 stack. As Co-Lin gets their offense together, they will have 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right, and Guy in the backfield with Chandler Rogers standing on his 20 in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He gives up the middle. That's Guy. Guy picks up about 2 or 3 yards before he's brought down convincingly by Cavellis Luckett. It'll be 2nd and right about 6 or 7 for the Wolves.
Well, that time just a dive play, just trying to get a little butterflies out, make sure you got the ball handling good. Yardage only about 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Quickly to the line, the Wolves come. 1 wide out to the left, now 3 out to the right. And one wrinkle we've seen from Co-Lin this year, they like to throw the ball as well. They have a very good quarterback. Chandler gets everything ready. Guy to his right. Chandler takes the snap. They fake the handoff. Chandler going deep. He's hammered. Ball is loose at the 25. A mad scramble. The Bulldogs are saying they have it as Chandler Rogers just got blown up on that play. Still a big-time scramble. Let's see who's got it.
I know Travis Taylor hit him. I know that. He lowered the boom on him, and I thought he fell on the ball.
Well, it bounced around, but let's see. Co-Lin's saying they have it. Gulf Coast is saying they have it. Who knows what's going on at the bottom of that file? And the Bulldogs have it. Coming up with it, I believe that was Warren Conway. There's still a discussion there going on as to who has the ball. But as far as the referees are concerned, the Bulldogs have it. So right off the bat, a huge turnover on the sack.
Well, I can tell you right now, Travis Taylor really laid the hammer down when the ball was in the air. But
they just reversed it. Now,
they did.
You look down and they changed it. This is what I can't stand about these referees. 1 minute they go one way, 1 minute they go the other. Just have some consistency. That's all I ask.
Well, first, Bill Conway took the ball with him to the sideline.
Don't know what happened there. Whatever. The turnover is erased. It's 3rd and 10. Now, Rogers back. Throws it out. Pass is caught right at the 33 by Marquise Hayes. And Hayes is going to be short of the first down, and Co-Lin will have to punt. So after all that, it's still a 3 and out.
Well, good defense, good coverage, but what's impressing me is, boy, this front three of Gulf Coast is getting to the quarterback fast. He's not having any time to throw the ball these last 2 drops.
Nolan Long is the punter. Quickly they snap it to him, and he gets away an end-over-end kick. Josh Key's back, letting it roll out of bounds right at the 20, so that's where Gulf Coast will start. I don't know what happened with the call there, because I looked down to write down we had a turnover. I looked back up, and they had reversed it very quickly. But whatever the case, it was a 3 and out, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10. But even though we didn't get the turnover, good pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, they really have. He's only being able to take a 3-step drop, especially Taylor. He's coming in hard from his right side.
Now, what's going to be interesting is to see how the Bulldogs offense will go against this Co-Lin defense. They have 22 sacks this season. Clint Hatton at quarterback, 1st and 10 from the 20. The give on the cutback is Byron Nettles, and Nettles will go nowhere. Coming up the middle for Co-Lin, making a big tackle that time, is Jordan Harris leading the way, and it will be 2nd down, a loss of 2 on that. And right off the bat, the Co-Lin defense flexes its muscles.
Well, we had a breakdown on the left side of our offensive line then.
2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 12. Opening moments, no score between Co-Lin and Gulf Coast. Co-Lin went 3 and out. It's the Bulldogs' first possession of the game. Hatton looking to his left. Out of the backfield is Nettles. Nettles tries to make a move and gets back to the 20 before he's hog-tied by Jordan Harris. Harris, the freshman from Clarksdale, has made 2 big plays so far for the Co-Lin defense. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I don't think Nettles can go. He's taking himself out of the game, but he's limping bad.
Because he's had that high ankle sprain last 3 or 4 weeks. 3rd and 9 officially from the 21. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. So far, defense setting the tone painfully early here in Wesson with no score. Number 11, Gulf Coast, and number 14, Co-Lin. Now Hatton moves up in the pocket, fires out to his left. The pass is caught by DeQuill Williams, but it looks like
that's a 1st down.
He is going to be out of bounds at the 36, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Well, good move by Hatton. He stepped back in the pocket and stepped up. Rush went around him. Good straight spiral. Williams picks up the 1st down. 37-yard line of the Bulldogs.
DeQuill with 767 yards and 11 touchdowns this season. 1st and 10, just across the 35. Opening moments between Co-Lin and Gulf Coast. Coming in motion is JoJo Snell on the speed sweep. Snell tries to cut it inside, trying to find some room. Now he goes back the other way. Good pursuit, but now Snell's loosed at the 50 and run out of bounds over at the 40-yard line of Co-Lin. Well, you don't like it right, just go the other way.
He picked up a block by Williams over there across the way after the reverse field. He's done that all year long, and he's so quick. He can be going one way, stop on a dime, turn around and go back. I talked to him before the ball game. I said, big guy, it's going to be on your shoulders. It could be on your shoulders. You got to produce today. I'm ready.
Takes it all the way to the Co-Lin 40, 1st and 10. Bulldogs, their opening possession, no score here in Wesson. Hatton in the shotgun with one superback coming in motion again. This time it's Thornton, play action. Hatton trying to find somebody to throw to, goes left, fires downfield. Pass is caught at the 23-yard line. That is DeQuill Williams, and that's another first down. And once again, DeQuill, a man among boys in the secondary.
They cannot cover him with one man, and they're trying to do it. And if they do it all day long, Gulf Coast is going to eat them alive. This guy is one of the best receivers there is in the nation. You will not cover him with one person.
This time two backs in the backfield, two wideouts to the left for the Bulldogs at the Co-Lin 22. They give up the middle. Byron Nettles, good run, down to the 10 and hauled down at about the 6-yard line. So a big hole opens for Byron Nettles, and yeah, you're right. You can tell he's just a little gimpy, but on that play looked good. That's the fourth first down of this drive.
Well, he's just favoring that high ankle sprain. You can see it. He's just favoring it bad. But the Bulldogs right back up on the ball again, ready to take it in.
First and goal from the 6. Bulldogs trying to draw first blood. They give this time Eli Hughes, and Hughes might have gotten a yard that time. Good penetration by the Wolves defense, and they'll bring up second down as Eli Hughes gets his first action of the afternoon.
Beautiful day today. Wind not much of a factor. That front came through, cooled down. I guess about fourth quarter, Bill, it's going to really get chilly up here.
Yeah, it's supposed to get down, I think, around 50, 48 up here tonight. But right now, beautiful day. Second and goal from right at the 5. The Bulldogs took their first possession from the 20, and there's 6 yards away from putting 6 on the board. Now Hatton in the pistol, fakes it, now keeps it himself. Looked like it might have been a broken play, but it doesn't matter. Hatton keeps it himself. Touchdown, Bulldogs. It just opened up right up the middle.
Well, what he did, I think he had a double fake already planned on this play, and it looked like Coach Campbell had pulled a guard around to block and open him a hole. It worked well, timing good, right straight up the middle. That was a new play. We hadn't seen that play all year long.
It may have been a double fake, but whatever it was, Hatton kept it. Scored his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Bulldogs score right off the bat. Stephen Broccoli in for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So with 9:40 to go in first quarter, Gulf Coast comes out smoking an 80-yard drive. They lead it 7-0.
I didn't see anything wrong with that drive, did you? We ran the ball some. We threw the ball well, took it straight down the field. We hadn't had any in the last couple of games, with the exception of the kickoff return we had. Everything's been 25 and less. So that's about what that drive was.
Pearl River, you see it again. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if that was a broken play.
It could be.
I think it was, but it doesn't matter. It's 6 points. So any play that you score on really isn't broken.
Sophomore quarterback, seen that again. You know, he's seen that before. He's seen backs go the wrong way. That's what happened on the first play. When we started this game, we got the ball. Our guard and tackle ran a different play than everybody else did. There was nobody blocked the guys ahead of them.
Some scores from Thursday night, courtesy of JUCOweekly.org. Pearl River hammered East Central 37-7. How about East Mississippi and Northwest? A real defensive struggle. 56-49 was the final. Holmes, 1-point win over Hines, 35-34 right now. Down in Ellisville, Jones leads Southwest 3-0. More scores coming up as Broccoli kicks it away. This one will land at about the 2, taken by Greg Sims. Sims out to the 15, out to the 20, and dragged down as he gets to the 20-yard line, and that's where Co-Lin will start, now down 7-0. Also, Itawamba and Northeast, they kick off at 4 o'clock. And the other game going on already started earlier today. Delta leading Kahoma 20-0. Meanwhile here, it's 7-0 right off the bat. 9:31 to go, first quarter. Gulf Coast leading 3-0. Co-Lin 3 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. Chandler Rogers is the quarterback.
Boy, in his signal calling, he used a lot of motion back there, so Bulldogs going to have to watch it, not jump off sides.
Kind of hard to see the play clock from here, too. I know it's down to 2-1, and that should be a penalty. They didn't call it. Play action. Rogers throws it out. Pass is incomplete. They were trying a little bubble screen, but Darren Anderson was well covered, and Chandler was under pressure. That pass was very high, and it's still early, but looks like the Bulldogs are getting some pressure on him.
Conway that time, and Steve said, I believe we can whip this offensive line up front if they're going to try to block us on the pass. So far, we're getting pressure there.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
I told you these boys came out to play today.
In the gold jerseys, blue pants, and blue helmets, Darius Guy next to Rogers. Takes the snap, they give the Guy up the middle, and takes it out to about the 24-yard line. You know, Guy has had a terrific season so far for the Wolves. Guy, 519 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's very versatile. Their wide receivers are good, and their running backs can run the ball well and also throw it with 3rd and 6 coming up. 9:02 to go. Gulf Coast leading 7-0. You hear across the way the Band of Gold. They're making their presence known. Now Rogers changed the play at the line. Six on the play clock. Takes the snap. Throws it out to Guy. Guy at the 20 makes one tackle, but now the ball's loose again. Did they blow it down? Yeah, they called him down. It doesn't matter, but he's at the 26.
He's short. Right, Bill, excuse me. He's short of the first down.
All right, so another 3 and out by the Bulldog defense. Yeah, broke one tackle, but good pursuit, and yeah, they're about 2 steps ahead of everybody right now.
A lot of speed everywhere the ball's going, but what's impressed me so far is the front 3 of the Bulldog defensive line.
They have looked good. 2 series so far, 2 stops. Josh Keys back at his 34, awaiting the punt from Nolan Long. Not much pressure, and Long gets it away. A pretty decent kick going left, but I think it went out of bounds a lot closer. In fact, they're going to mark it out of bounds all the way at the Co-Lin 48. So it almost looked as if Nolan Long overkicked it, I guess you could say.
He hooked it, and I thought maybe that the high blue sky was affecting the return on this thing, but he already knew it was going way out of bounds, and it did. That punt was only good for about 15 yards or so. They're going to spot it at the Co-Lin 48 as the Bulldog offense comes back out with Clinton Hatton quarterback.
Coach Campbell also talked about field position being a big thing, and Gulf Coast gets it right here. 4 wideouts to the left. They throw it out to DeQuill on the screen. Williams to the 45. First down and more. Across the 30. Cuts it back to the 20. He may go to the 15 and drag down at the 11. Once again, DeQuill Williams looking like he's on Xbox.
I have not seen that formation by the Bulldogs
Neither
all
have
year. They had 4 wideouts and 1 clustered on the far side. Nettles comes back out of the game limping bad.
All the way down to the 11. First down, Bulldogs on the screen to DeQuill. He's lined up to the right this time. They give up fake it to, now in the option, it's Hatton. Hatton may score his 2nd rushing touchdown, but he's brought down at the 1.
I believe if Clint turns it in, he had a gap, he had a hole. If he turns it in right there, he'll score.
Well, he had a good fake up the middle, and then on the option, Hatton kept him. But whatever the case, it's 1st and goal, Bulldogs leading 7-0 and looking for more. 2 superbacks to the left. Dietrich Goff in the game at running back, and the give is to Goff. Blows his way through. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Hardly touched. 2 possessions, 2 scores.
Well, they didn't want none of him. You know, I was down there by him before the game. And this kid's big for a running back. I know he plays around 225, but he is a big kid, and nobody wants him when he's got a head of speed coming up, especially a corner or safety. Just forget it.
So the Bulldogs take it 48 yards in 3 plays. Broccoli on for another extra point attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:03 to go, Gulf Coast extends the lead to 14-0. And you know what, Jimmy? You called it perfectly. You said these guys were ready to play, and so far they have been.
Like a bunch of caged animals. I was, when the line, the fire that comes out is always D-backs and your receivers, they're the mouthy bunch. But when that line came down and all got together right before the ball game, right before they came out to get together, those guys were serious about what they wanted to do today. And you see the big guys are ready to play ball.
They certainly are. 2 defensive stands. Both times the offense has had the ball, they've scored. The result is a 14-0 lead for number 11 Gulf Coast over number 14 Co-Lin. And if the Bulldogs were to win today, of course we have a long way to go, this would definitely help in the rankings. despite the fact they won 69-17 last week, they dropped 2 spots in the poll, which makes sense because the team we were playing had won, and strength of schedule is a huge part of the way the football computer rankings work in the NJCAA. Stephen Broccoli tees it up. He's already been busy this afternoon and boots it away. Taking it at the 2 is Greg Sims. Sims trying to go right, breaks one tackle, is caught in a whole bunch of traffic. A late flag comes in from the linesman, so we'll see what that is about. I'm guessing there was a block or something because he was way over to this side.
I thought it was holding myself is what I saw, but ain't no telling who they're going to call it on when you got 22 players out there. It's all in one wide. It's hard to see, but I thought it was going to be a holding call.
And there was a lot of people over there on that side trying to chase down Greg Sims. And we'll see what the call is.
Blocking the back on the return team, number 25. The ball was spotted on the 5.5, half the distance, first down.
And that's indeed what it was. A block in the back. So Co-Lin in a bit of trouble here early, down 14-0, starting at their own 5-yard line. Chandler Rogers, the quarterback, trying to get something going for the Wolves offense. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. The Bulldogs in the stack.
Good place for a safety, huh?
It could be. 6:53 to go. Gulf Coast leading 14-0, painfully early here in Wesson. Now Rogers takes the snap, gives the guy. Guy cuts it outside and picks up about 2 or 3 yards. And good pursuit again by the Bulldog defense. They've just been all around the football so far.
I've seen the Bulldogs front 3. They have moved the start 3 out and spelling them right now, getting them a breather. They got some new guys up on the line right now.
2nd and 7 for Co-Lin. The ball at their own 8-yard line. They're down 14-0. Gulf Coast a touchdown run by Clint Hatton and a touchdown run by Dietrich Goff. Now Rogers has what he wants. He takes the snap and gives up the middle to Guy, and Guy can go nowhere. Walking him down is Whitney Richardson, number 44, who's come on this year, and his play has improved throughout the season.
Slow developing play. It almost looked like they had a mishandle in the backfield because the quarterback had it to hand it off to the back. It took a lot of time. Pursuit caught up with him. He might have got a yard. You're looking at 3rd and about 7 to go.
Co-Lin down 14-0, trying to get something going. They went 3 and out on their first 2 possessions of the first quarter. 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Now Rogers in the shotgun with Guy in the backfield. Now he drops back. He's got time, throws it out, and the pass is incomplete. He was looking to his left and looking for Darren Anderson. Anderson covered well over there by Finnest Armstrong. And once again, it's a 3 and out by the Wolves. You couldn't ask for a better start for Gulf Coast.
Well, what's happened, Bill, is the pressure. The quarterback's antsy back there. You watch his feet dancing. He just can't keep himself still set, plant and throw that time. He threw that ball way before he wanted to.
Nolan Long, already his 3rd punt, had a little bit of pressure. This one a little bit better than the last one. Hits right at midfield and rolls out of bounds at the Gulf Coast 44, so that's where the Bulldogs will take over. Once again, decent field position, and they are enjoying a 14-0 lead.
Anytime you can start above the 40-yard line with the football, you're in good shape. They're kicking the ball out of bounds. They have been watching films on this Gulf Coast return team. You know, both kickoff returns and punt returns, they've had positive yardage, and Co-Lin's watched film, and they don't want anybody returning the football against them. You can tell that.
Yeah, and Josh Keys has been very, very close to breaking a few this year so far. 1st and 10 from the 44. Play action, Hatton going out to the tight end, and Marlon Pope makes the catch, the freshman from Hattiesburg, down at the Co-Lin 39. I believe that's the first catch of the season for Big Marlon. Every once in a while they throw in a tight end throw. It worked that time for a first down.
He was just lined up on the left side, came across, found a hole in the soft zone. Good delivery by Hatton, first down.
1st and 10 from the 39 for the Bulldogs. Already 6 first downs here in the first quarter. Total domination so far by the 11th ranked Bulldogs. In the backfield is Nettles. pistol formation behind Clint Hatton. They fake it to him. Hatton back to pass, looking for somebody to throw to, trying to buy time, escapes to his right, flag on the play, and Hatton is dragged down by his jersey. Making the tackle is John Stewart, and I believe that's going to be a hold on Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Anytime he scrambles around like that, somebody's going to try to release and hit front, or hit from the side or back. So it's going to be holding on the Bulldogs. Thought we almost had a horse collar tackle, but it was right below.
Holding on the offense, number 6. That penalty is declined. Second out.
Well, they're going to take the loss and decline the penalty.
So the ball, 7-yard loss on that. So the ball is at the Co-Lin 47-yard line. So it'll be second and about almost 20, actually, because that was a whole 7 yards. Actually, second and 17, if I could get my math right. Up the middle, Nettles pushes his way. Good second effort by Byron to about the 43-yard line. So a third and long coming up for the Bulldogs with 4:15 to go.
Byron James.
And they're leading 14-0.
To the 43-yard line. Tackle
The
is made there
Bulldogs,
by
you got to
Raymond
credit the
Williams.
Bulldogs line. They're doing their job up front. The holding, that deal hurt them back there.
Nettles and Thornton in the backfield behind Clint Hatton. Greg Amaker, the superback. Williams and Williams are your wide receivers, Josh and DeQuill. Play action, Hatton going deep, looking for DeQuill. He's double covered and still goes up and gets it. And that's a Bulldog touchdown.
That's why.
Wow.
That's why he's one of the best in the country. Right
Good
there.
Lord.
Right there. Double coverage, and the ball is in the middle of the defenders. He's the one that goes up and gets it.
That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Watch this throw and watch him go up in the middle and out-jump these guys. He's about 6'3".
There are 2 men on him.
Look at his catch. Look at his catch.
Good Lord.
That's why you'll see him play on Sunday one day. He'll be in the SEC and he'll be on Sunday one day.
That's his 12th touchdown, and that may have been the prettiest one yet. Broccoli in for the extra point. Flag on the play. It is good, but we'll see what the penalty is. 43-yard TD pass from Hatton to Williams. And we'll kick it again on the false start penalty.
Got to credit Hatton with the pass because he gave him a chance. If he overthrows him and throws it deep, that ball might have got picked off. But when the ball was up, Williams read it. Hatton had put the ball on the inside part of where Williams was running down the field, had a chance to go up, get it, stay in bounds. What a play.
So the extra point will be a 25-yarder. Broccoli boots it through again, but there's another flag.
Well, what's causing this to jump off sides? Co-Lin's jumping in the neutral zone, and our guys are moving.
Fires out. False start on number 60.
Well, this will give Steven a chance to work on his extra points. If anything, he is coming into the game. He was 42 out of 45. So now he's 44 out of 47. And now this will be a 30-yard extra point attempt for Broccoli out of the hold of Zach Pinkerton. And once again, no, he missed it, of course. I jinxed him.
No good. It's just Coach 20.
So the penalty's hurt on the extra point. However, the damage is done with that crazy, ridiculous touchdown catch by DeQuill Williams, making it 20-0 here in the first quarter.
There's still 3:38 left in the first quarter.
You talked about a fast start, Jimmy. That was pretty fast.
Maybe the fastest we came out of the block all year. I know we've been fast, but we did get the ball in very good field position with one drive from the 20, but the other ones one was on their side of the 50, and one was right there at the 42 this past drive. What a pass, man. What a pass and catch.
As we said, that was as pretty as it gets, and he's had some good ones this year. And Shep's down on the sideline. Shep, that's just not fair.
Bill, the video play is what's going to win us another first place award for Bulldog Blitz, because beautiful pass, beautiful catch. It was in focus. It wasn't blue. It wasn't shaky. I mean, it's everything you want in a beautiful play on television. Oh, and by the way, DeQuill did a nice job too.
Yeah, I mean, kickoff is fumbled and then picked up by Sims, and Sims is ramrodded behind the 5 and run out of bounds, and nothing is going right aside from the missed extra point for Co-Lin. But yeah, by the way, just give yourself a plug, Shep. That's no problem.
Well,
No, seriously, that was just ridiculous.
That was just an unbelievable pass and catch. Daquil jumps up and goes and gets the ball, and that's what you want out of a receiver. But I want to say something, guys. You never know what you're going to get. Some weeks it's a crapshoot with the team coming out high or the team coming out low. I mean, these guys are ready to take on the Chiefs right now. I mean, it's unreal on the sideline. Right? They're angry. They're angry if they're not involved in tackles. I mean, it's insane. They're so pumped up.
The give. Now that's one of the other running backs who will go nowhere. I believe that's Van Lee who ran it. Maybe to the 8-yard line. But yeah, you could see the intensity on the Bulldogs trying to make a statement here.
I don't know. I think I'm not sure who won the toss or elected to defer, but obviously Gulf Coast went on the defense first. And as soon as word got to the sideline that the defense was going out there first, it just got electric. I mean, they just got so upset. And does Co-Lin owe somebody money? Like, what is going on? It's unreal.
It was kind of like you listening to the first quarter of the LSU A&M game. Very similar.
Not in a good place. Not in a good place.
All right, we'll come back to Shep here in a little while as time is called on the field, and we'll see what this is about with Co-Lin facing a 2nd and 9. And you remember how fast the Bulldogs' tempo was last week against Southwest, and you knew it probably would be against a team like Southwest, but they have kept it going here against Co-Lin, at least in the first quarter, Jimmy.
I hate to see them stop play. I'm ready to go on and play. They're so excited. Let's go. And that's why he's swapping these defensive players in and out, because they're so hyper right now. They must have fed them some gunpowder on the bus on the way up there.
It's a perfect storm of Navy blue and gold. 3:02 to go. Gulf Coast leading already 20-0. Co-Lin facing a 2nd and 9 from their own 9. Rogers, the quarterback. Van Lee now in the backfield.
Here,
whistle's blowing, and I think somebody was in motion illegally. No, Gulf Coast called a timeout. So the Bulldogs called a timeout, or now he's pointing the other way, calling a timeout. Somebody called timeout. Co-Lin called time before they could get the play off.
Well, what happened then, I think that they knew that what we were fixing to do, and they were going to get in some trouble. We had double coverage. We disguised the blitz. We had double coverage on where the play was going, and we had an offside blitz coming, and I think we was going to have a train wreck out there, and they called timeout before it happened.
1971 Co-Lin players.
So the Bulldogs have a 4-game winning streak against the Wolves, and they continue to be strong here in the bowl that is Stone Stadium here on the campus of Co-Lin. I was talking about Coach Davis. Yeah, he may have fed the team that dessert he made, like you said, with a little gunpowder mixed in.
I think so, the way they're playing, it's got some charged gunpowder. These guys are really out there. Everyone I talk to, this is your championship right here. If you don't win here, you do got one more game. If you don't win here, for all practical purposes, the state of Mississippi, make it a bowl bid somewhere, but for all practical purposes, you're not going to play anymore after next Saturday. But the way they're playing right now, they want to keep playing.
So we resume play, 2:48 to go first quarter, 2nd and 9. Rogers, play action. Now he's going to run it to the 10 and dives ahead to about the 19, and he's very close to a first down. So Rogers just decided to take matters into his own hands, and that's the first down for the Wolves this afternoon.
And that came by way of him scrambling out of the pocket, out of the rush. Coverage was good by the secondary, and he did get enough for the first down.
Out at the 19-yard line, the first down, as we said, of the game for the Wolves. Waning moments of the first quarter, 2:26 to go in the opening stanza, and Gulf Coast leading 20-0. 2 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. Rogers takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out. Now he's in trouble, and the pass is dropped at the 35. He had a man open. Derek Moncrief there on the coverage. He was looking for Bubba Keene. It was a low pass, but he still probably could have caught it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, let's see how long that Steve Davis is going to go before he puts his front 3 back in that he started the ball game with. They're still on the sideline resting, and they're anxious.
Well, according to Shep's report, yeah, they're testy because they're not in the game. 2nd and 10 now for the Wolves.
Of course, you want your freshmen to get plenty of playing time, but you also want to win. So
3 wideouts to the left. Running back in the backfield is Lee, and Lee hammered right at about the 23-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down coming up for the Wolves.
that had to be Keel or one of them in there on the stop because it was straight in from the line. But it was Keel. Keel just unloaded.
Cavellis Luckett also in on that tackle. 3rd and 6. The ball on the 23-yard line. Co-Lin trying to get something going. Down 20-0 to 11th ranked Gulf Coast. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Van Lee in the backfield with Chandler Rogers. It takes the snap, throwing it out, and the pass is caught at the 30, and getting behind the defense is Joe Craig Jr. He's got one man to beat. Craig Jr. taking it all the way. Touchdown, Co-Lin.
Joe Craig Jr.
And just like that, momentum can change.
Well, we went for the football and didn't stay with the receiver, and that's what happens. There's the replay. There's the missed tackle.
That is a 76-yard touchdown from Rogers to Joe Craig Jr. And Co-Lin, just like that, is on the board. So, yeah, you go after the ball, that's what happens. He gambled and lost, and Co-Lin is on the board. Nolan Long is in for the extra point.
Co-Lin got a player late to check in. They got plenty of time on the clock.
So just like that, when you think everything's going perfect, Rogers and Joe Craig Jr. bring him back into reality. Kick is up, and it is good. So Co-Lin gets an answer with 1:13 to go in the first quarter, and now the lead is cut to 20-7. That's why you can never let up when you're on the road and never let up against a good team.
Steve Davis going to pull that unit over there. That's what you call overplay and over-aggression. Go ahead and stay with your man. You got a 20-point lead. Even if you give up the 25 or 30-yard completion,
That's
you
right.
still live out to play another play. That time he went and tried to make a hero of himself, and it didn't work out too well.
And that's exactly what happened.
Also today elected.
I like the aggression of the play. I like the way the kids are out there performing. But there are times where you got to break down and make sure of the tackle because he had no help behind him. That was it.
That's the 13th touchdown pass this season for Chandler Rogers and the second touchdown reception for Joe Craig Jr., a sophomore from Gaffney, South Carolina. Have you ever been hunting there?
Close. Not far from there.
Nolan Long boots it away, and it's going to be taken right at the goal line to the 10, to the 15. It's Xavier Bingham, who bings his way out to about the 30, and that's where the Bulldogs will set up shop. Now only ahead 20-7, so let's see if the offense can get going and re-get some momentum here after the long touchdown by the Wolves.
Bingham had a seam right there, but it closed real quick, got knocked down to 30. First and 10, Bulldogs, as they come out fourth, they've scored on every time they've had the football here in the first quarter. Fourth possession, it's hard to have 4 possessions in one quarter, but their fourth possession as they come out. Let's see what the offense can do. Clint Hatton coming out brings his offense out.
It's pretty hard to top what happened over there with that DeQuil Williams catch, but we'll see what they can do. 2 running backs flanking Hatton. They're set up the run to the left with 2 wideouts to the left. Now it's Snell. Snell breaks 1 tackle, but then is stacked up by the Wolves defense right at the 30. Leading the way is Terrell Hartsfield for the Wolves.
Yeah, JoJo couldn't bust the seam that time. The Wolves, good job on defense. I don't think he got anything, did he? No.
It'll be 2nd and 10, 45 seconds to go, first quarter. Now you hear the Wolves band and cheerleaders getting something going. It's homecoming for them, and they're all in as well. 2nd and 10, 2 running backs behind Hatton, 2 wideouts to the left. as he takes the snap, gives up the middle. That's Anton Thornton. Thornton to the 40, out to the 44, and punishing running that time by big Anton Thornton. He gives the Bulldogs a first down on the ground.
Punishing running by Thornton. Good, strong, good hard drive blocking by the left side of that Bulldog offensive line. I mean, they were really drive blocking and staying with their guy going downfield.
14-yard gain by Anton, 1st and 10 Gulf Coast. Probably be the last play of the first quarter. They give it to Thornton again. This time he stacked up as he picked up 1, perhaps 2 yards. So second down coming up in just a few minutes as you hear the horn sound. That's the end of the first quarter, but a very good first quarter for the Bulldogs. They lead Co-Lin 20-7. We will take a 30-second timeout, regroup, and get ready for second quarter action here on Bulldog Live in 103.1 FM, WOSM.
As a part of the Kingstown's Medical Brookhaven Sports Medicine Clinic, providing certified athletic.
All right, we're back. For those of you watching on the video stream, we're having some phone issues with WOSM, so we're going to crank it up again here and try to get in touch with them. Meanwhile, keep watching on the video stream. It's a 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. First play of the second quarter, Hatton rolling out the little swing pass to Eli Hughes. Hughes across midfield and down to about the 46-yard line. As you hear in the background, see, this is what we do behind the scenes. It's like it's a well-machine. You see now, I'm calling back to WSM as the Bulldogs get their 8th first down of the quarter. 14:40 to go first half. Bulldogs leading 20-7 after the first down. Play action. Hatton now pushed out to his right. Throws it downfield, and the pass is no signal. Is it caught?
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
I don't understand why that would be no longer in service, but it is a catch, and that was to Quinn Williams, and it's another Bulldog first down. This is what we call multitask. Let's try again. 1st and 10. They give up the middle. Eli Hughes, big hole, down to the 20, and he's dragged down right there. We're still working on our connection. We have a phone line. We did for a little while, but then something happened. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are driving 2nd and 4 from the 20. They're leading 20-7. As you can see, I'm dialing and talking at the same time. Now Hatton going deep, looking for Tyrone Williams, just off his fingertips and incomplete. It'll be 3rd down coming up. Jimmy Williams almost had a touchdown there.
And shove outside the goal line as the ball play falls incomplete. It's now going to be 3rd down. We're trying to get back.
So we're good on one stream, but one stream we're not. And now I think we're back. Yeah, we're back trying to get the...
No, you're not. No.
Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe, we're on the air. Just remember, okay? What number? Okay, I'm going to dial the other number, okay? As Anton Thornton goes down to the 12-yard line.
Nothing like live radio. Lose a line.
Goal is at this point, land the plane. Land the plane.
That's right, land the plane. The Bulldogs
down to the... Yeah, get through. You see, you can't get through if there's a busy signal on the phone line that you're using. Hatton going deep, looking for DeQuill, and it's incomplete. just off of Williams' fingertips. Good coverage over there that time by Jeremy Davis, and this will force the Bulldogs into a 4th down and 10, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
You know, he right.
Yeah,
that ball and lost somewhere and tried to over catch, or that'd have been a touchdown.
2nd and 10. 2 wideouts to the left, and now.
Hello, Bill.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cooper. We're live. Okay. Now the officials are trying to figure out what's going on, and you heard Mr. Charles Cooper back at WOSM, and we're trying to get back online because the phone line went dead.
Oh, your line went dead?
Yes, and we're trying to get back on. We're live right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Charles Cooper, back at 103.1 FM, WOSM.
I don't know. There's things like that happen sometimes.
Oh, you want to go live on the phone?
That would be wonderful. Yes, sir. Clint,
okay.
Shotgun.
You'll have to call.
Give him to Thornton, and Thornton is tackled right there at the 15 and pushed backward. Which number do we need to call?
Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd down as we're still trying to get connected.
And Tom Thornton, the ball carrier, he's dropped at the 16-yard line.
Okay, so the ball's all the way back at the 16.
Hello?
Yes, sir, Mr. Cooper.
You have to call back on the 432 line.
432-1032?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right, we will. Thanks. Okay, meanwhile, as we play phone number roulette, we continue the play. It is 3rd and about 13 with the ball at the 25. Yeah, it's okay to laugh behind us. As Thornton takes the ball up the middle down to the 10, and that'll bring up a 4th down coming up. And you should see Stephen Broccoli.
Our engineers back.
Yeah. Well, they're not getting a ride home, so,
they're always.
Yeah, they're just back there eating sandwiches. Just enjoy yourself while we're dying right here on the air. No problem. Yes, sir, Mr. Cooper. We're ready to go.
Okay, go ahead.
Stephen Broccoli setting up on the 17. It'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt. He hasn't missed a field goal this year, and that streak is broken.
27-yard field goal.
It looked good from here, but the guys under the goalpost say no good, so the Bulldogs have another good drive. Ends in a missed field goal. So Co-Lin takes over, and we're seeing a bit of a momentum change here, Jimmy.
You don't like that. You really don't. They get the big play, which fires the crowd up, fires the team up. Then we take it right down the field, had things going our way, had a few missed, little bumps in the road there down inside the red zone, and then Broccoli misses a field. He's missed an extra point in the field goal now.
So Co-Lin will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. They're down 20-7, but they got on the board their last time they had the ball on a touchdown pass from Chandler Rogers to Joe Craig Jr. 1st and 10 Wolves now going from left to right here in the 2nd quarter. Play action, they're going deep again, and that pass is incomplete. Looked like Rogers and his wide receiver Darren Anderson got their signals crossed. Josh Keys was there on the coverage. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, he made an out route. The ball went down deep, and it was 10, 15 yards thrown over everybody's head.
If we really want to make it interesting, we can call just a random number and let them broadcast it. Let's do that. But we're back in business. We landed the plane, maybe blew a couple of tires on the landing, but we're in good shape. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Van Lee in the backfield with Rogers. Gives to Lee. Lee stutter steps across the 25 and down to the 27-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 4 coming up for the Bulldogs.
I say this is a big, here, this is a big 3rd down play. 3rd and 3 coming up for Co-Lin as they get right back up on the ball.
3rd and 4 officially, 11:19 to go. Gulf Coast leading 20-7 over Co-Lin in a battle for first place in the MACJC South Division. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Lee continues to be the running back. Not sure if Darius Guy is hurt or not. Rogers takes the snap to his right, pass is caught, and then just lit up is Anderson. by Josh Keys. Wow. Joe Craig is the guy who caught the touchdown, and he paid for it that time.
Josh Keys says, welcome to the pack. That's what's painted out in the middle of the field, the pack. Well, welcome to the pack.
Well, you know, we were multitasking up here. That's what Josh Keys was doing. He laid down a hit. Now Nolan Long having trouble. Hammered in the backfield. It's picked up by Trey Wofford. And that is a touchdown because it was a fumble. So a huge special teams play for the Bulldogs. A 10-yard fumble recovery by turn by the special teams ace, Trey Wofford, and the Bulldogs extend their lead.
Remember I told you about turnovers and special teams going to play a big factor in this ball game. There's points right there off of special teams. Well, it's off defense. Well, I know it's all special teams.
That's right.
That snap was low. It was. But he should have handled it. It was right almost at his top of his shoes, but he should have handled it.
He bobbled it, came in and got clobbered. Trey Wofford with a scoop and a score. And the Bulldogs are now up 26-7, pending the extra point. And the Bulldogs call their second timeout.
I think we may go for two and try to get that point back.
And I think Coach Campbell and the guys are over there thinking about that with a 26-7 lead.
Yeah, because Broccoli's going over there to sit down. He's going down to the net to do some more kicking.
You know, that might be a little psychological thing, too.
Maybe.
Saying, hey, you know, you missed your first field goal, you missed your first extra point. You know, Coach Campbell, don't put it past him to play head games. He may have been the one that shut down the phone line for us just to make sure we were on our toes. He does stuff like that, I'm telling you.
Got a lot of control, man.
And there's the recovery by Wofford, as we're seeing it on the replay. Did you guys finish your sandwich? Huh?
They did get the replay, so
we're in good shape.
You know what you guys better watch out? Hitting a deer going home. This is when them hitting the deer nights.
No,
the way things are going.
Let's just not even go there. Gulf Coast is going for two after the timeout. DeQuil Williams in motion. Hatton on the sprint right option. Looking for somebody to throw to. Just throws it up, and the pass is incomplete. So the 2-point play goes by the wayside. Marlon Pope was over here wide open, jumping for the ball. Of course, he's so big, he doesn't really have hops, as the kids say, but he was open. Whatever the case, they missed the PAT, but it's still 26-7, and a huge play on special teams as the Bulldogs regain momentum.
They do. They got it on the block punt, if you want to say, the fumble, taking it for the touchdown. 10:45 left to halftime, 26-7. You were talking about LSU and Texas A&M. To some, I don't know anything about that game, but something happened big earlier.
They were down 12-0, and
LSU was?
Yeah, they ended up taking a 14-12 lead at halftime, and let's see what the final was, 24-19. It was a struggle to say the least, but LSU won it. So I'm looking at some other scores as Broccoli tees it up.
You know, Jacobs plays over there, and he's had a lot of playing time. Plays corner for Texas A&M.
Yes, he does. Otis Jacobs. Otis is going by Tremaine now. Anyway, Florida leading South Carolina 14-3. We'll deal with all that later on. I never was able to tweet this. Now I'm just going to talk to myself out loud as Broccoli boots it away, and it goes out of bounds. And Gulf Coast, the defense will come on the field. Co-Lin will take it at the 35. So Stephen having a little bit of trouble today.
On the kicking team, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Well, the wheels run off on the kicking unit, and he's done a good job all
year.
He really has.
That was his first missed field goal of the year. He hasn't kicked that many. He's 6 out of 7 now. And a missed extra point. So far, no big deal. Gulf Coast leading 26-7. Co-Lin will take over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. 10:45 to go here in the first half. Rogers takes the snap, given to Van Lee up the middle. Lee with a good push forward, takes it out to about the 38 before Cavellis Luckett at the bottom of the pile and Travis Taylor make the stop.
Flag down, but see Taylor pinching in from his defensive end spot, how fast he is to catch that running back running on this side of the offense. Let's see what it is.
He is lightning quick.
Go with the formation, 3 offense. 5 men in the backfield, number 14.
Another penalty, the second on Co-Lin, pushes him back 5 yards and negates a decent run by Van Lee. And it looks like, at least right now anyway, Lee is going to go the rest of the way. He was the backup. I see Darius Guy over here on the sideline. Does not look like he's hurt, so we'll try to monitor that. Guy, one of their better running backs. So back to the 30, it'll be 1st and 15 for Co-Lin. They're down 26-7. 2 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right with Lee in the backfield. Here the band of gold across the way, keeping it real on the visitor sidelines. Now Rogers in the gun, takes the snap, gives the Lee up the middle, and he will go nowhere. Another good surge by the Bulldogs.
There was Taylor in there again at the bottom of the pile. But there is a pile of gold jerseys.
Damian Gaines is playing nose guard right now and doing a great job for the Bulldogs. Whitney Richardson in there. He made a big play earlier in the first quarter, and it'll be 2nd and 14. Officially, Lee picked up 1. 2 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. The Bulldogs, they kind of show blitz and then they back off a little bit.
I'm just impressed, Bill, at the aggression that they're playing with on both sides of the football up front.
Let's see if they can keep that going for 4 quarters. Looks like they're showing blitz this time. Now they back off. Rogers, 3-man rush. Rogers going down the middle. He's got a man open, and it's Joe Craig again. And Joe Craig scores. He beat Finnest Armstrong, and Co-Lin is right back in this game.
They are. Travis Taylor had his hands on the jersey of the quarterback when he threw it, but he threw a perfect strike, got behind our defender, and Co-Lin can score very, very quick.
Chandler Rogers and Joe Craig Jr. have hooked up twice in this game on huge pass plays. That one went 60 yards, and pending the extra point, it's going to be a 26-14 game. Nolan Long is the kicker. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So with 9:19 to go here in the second quarter, Co-Lin has made it a little more than interesting. Rogers to Craig again, and it's 26-14.
2 of those big plays, 2 big plays is what Gulf Coast has given up, and that's why these scores are on the board. If not, they have held the line of scrimmage. They've controlled it. They've put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They've shut down the run game. The 2 home run balls is what's hurt them.
So, Gulf Coast still leads at 26-14, and now we see how huge that touchdown was by Trey Wofford a few minutes ago. Kind of wondering, we've changed momentum here. It was all Gulf Coast. You were talking about how they came out smoking. Have they burned all that energy already? That's a question I think we have to ask right now, as Co-Lin has hit 2 long pass plays.
Well, you saw him sub, as I said, at the end of the first quarter. He was subbing big linemen in and out, and I think those guys got a little too hyper too quick. This game's settling down some now. Co-Lin wouldn't be where they are if they weren't a good ball club.
That's exactly right. As Long boots it away, it's a squib kick. Taken right at the 8, and I think that's Bingham. Whoever it is had a big hole and takes it out to about the 37-yard line, and that's where Gulf Coast will start. I couldn't tell who had it that time. Let's see who it was on the replay. It was very hard. It was over on the far sideline. I think that was Bingham, but I'm not sure. It might be Josh. It's Josh Keys. Sorry about that. But anyway, Josh does a nice job in taking it out to the 37 where Gulf Coast will start. 1st and 10, leading 26-14.
Still very good field position to start a drive here in the second quarter.
So Hatton, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, will go to work with Byron Nettles in motion, and they throw it out to Tyrone Williams on the bubble screen. Williams out to about the 44-yard line. So the Bulldogs pick up 3 or 4 on first down with 9:01 to go, leading 26-14.
That keeps the defense honest. That keeps the blitz off because you got to have coverage out there. If they don't, and the blocks will happen, you bust that bubble screen for a touchdown.
2nd and 5. Now coming in motion is Nettles. They give to him on the speed sweep. Nettles kicks it inside. And Byron is dragged down at about the 47-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and short coming up, and he's just about a step off. You can tell he's really favoring that ankle. Still doing a nice job when he's gotten the ball.
If you got a fresh, healthy Byron Nettles, he will bust that through for a first down right
there. Easily. So it's 3rd and 1, 8:19 to go. Bulldogs leading 26-14. DeQuil Williams by himself out left. And now it's Thornton. First down and more. Thornton across into Co-Lin territory. Runs over a player and down to the 39-yard line. Check that. That was Dietrich Goff. We've got two big guys out there, and both of them can motor over people. Goff just hammered one of the Co-Lin defenders. He ran over Kalen Jackson. First down, Bulldogs. Dietrich Goff, a force to be reckoned with.
Boy, he really hit him, and they planted him right over him.
Same formation on first down. This time it's Eli Hughes. Big hole up the middle. Hughes to the 30, breaks it outside. Dragged down at about the 25, and that'll be another Bulldog first down. So just like that, the run game starting to make its presence felt.
Steve Campbell said if we can't run the ball today, we probably won't win the ball game because they're that good a team. So far, we're doing a pretty good job up front.
Haven't really had to run it much, but now they are, and it's been successful back-to-back first downs. And now it's Goff again. Goff, huge hole. Goff down to about the 15 before he's dragged down, and another Bulldog first down. They've run that same play 3 times, same formation. Goff with the first down, then Hughes, then Goff. The Bulldogs are knocking on the door again.
They're going to get right back up, do it again. It's because the formation the defense is in.
Same formation, 1st and 10 inside the 15. They give it to Goff. Goff across the 11 and down to about the 10, so it'll be second down coming up. The right side of the line has been beneficial for the Bulldogs.
Boy, defense out there for Co-Lin starting to get a little tired now. Substitutions coming in and out. Bulldogs waiting on the play to come in. Here it comes.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain by Dietrich Goff. Ball is right inside the 10. Same formation again. This time up the middle, Anton Thornton, no problem. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Too easy that time, and the Bulldogs put up 6 more. Thornton barely touched.
I don't think they touched him. I think he went straight through, and nobody touched him. Right at the goal line, maybe he got touched. But the Bulldogs come right back, and that'll stop momentum right there, Bill.
Well, both times Co-Lin has scored, Gulf Coast answered with a special teams touchdown, and that time almost exclusively on the ground using that stable of running backs. And now, pending the extra point, they'll be back up 33-14. Broccoli in now to kick it.
Well, he needs to build his momentum back up because he's an excellent kicker. He can get the job done.
Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So, with 6:44 to go here in the first half, the Bulldog offense responds in a big way, and they're up 33-14. And, you know, if this thing turns into a shootout, you got to wonder if Co-Lin can keep up being this far behind. Now, they've hit 2 big pass plays, but so far, that's all they've had as far as offense goes.
That's what I said. We've cut down the run. We've cut down everything short. He's hit 2 bombs, and that's where the points came from. And eventually, their defense, the way the Bulldogs are running the football right now, you just absolutely wear the defense down, and you're taking time off the clock with these drives. 6:44 left here to halftime.
Stephen Brockett preparing kickoff for Gulf Coast, back for Co-Lin.
Now he needs a good kickoff, get his confidence back. Good deep kickoff, and everything will be back on track in the kicking game.
So Broccoli tees it up on the 35. Ready to kick it away. And Joe Craig Jr. That's taken by the up back. I believe that's Van Lee at the 18. Gets ahead of steam, but then is dragged down at the 35 by Wofford and Josh Keys. And that's as far as Lee will go.
I don't know why he's hitting the top of the center of that football. He's just not getting under it. That was a knuckleballer he hit down there. It was about 10 feet off the ground.
Well, his first 3 or 4 kicks were, they were picture perfect, and then he missed the extra point after the penalties. Then he missed the field goal, so we'll monitor that. But right now, Gulf Coast leading 34-14. A 19-point lead with 6:36 to go here in the first half. Co-Lin going from left to right. 1st and 10 from their own 35. 3 wideouts, 1 to the right and 2 to the left. Darius Guy back in the game and is dragged down from behind, and Travis Taylor again making a huge play.
Travis was on top of him, no break, no way to get out, pulls him down for a loss. Just speed against speed, but Travis won that one.
A loss of 3 that time. It'll be 2nd and 13. 2 wideout split to the left and to the right. Guy's first action since early in the first quarter for Co-Lin.
I was beginning to wonder if you may have gotten sick or something and wasn't feeling good. They didn't have him in the ball game, but evidently not. He's back out there.
Rogers identifies the Mike linebacker. Is in shotgun. Here come the Bulldogs on the blitz from the corner. He throws it up, looking for Craig again, and Craig makes another catch inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. This time Derek Moncrief got beat, and Joe Craig is making a name for himself this afternoon.
He's just throwing the ball up at single coverage, and here it is, get it one-on-one, and he's gotten all three of them so far.
Down to the 36, Co-Lin trying to answer the last Bulldog touchdown as the offensive of both teams have really picked up the pace here. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. We'll start keeping our eye on Joe Craig, who's had 2 long touchdowns and another big catch for Co-Lin. Rogers takes the snap in the gun. Looking to his right, throwing it to Craig. This time it is incomplete. Too much mustard on that one. Moncrief on the coverage. It'll be second down.
Bulldogs are staying in man coverage, and that time we had a blitz again on. So evidently Steve Davis says you're going to have to beat us one way or the other with this long ball in single coverage. We think we can get to your quarterback sooner or later. They think they can knock one loose.
And they always preach to the kids, keep everything in front of you. Now Guy takes it on the inside draw, and once again, nowhere to go. The Bulldog defense stuffing the run. It'll be third down coming up, 5:11 to go, and the Bulldogs leading 33-14.
Another big third down play, 35-yard line. You got to wonder, maybe a 4-down situation here for Co-Lin.
Did all that, when I was trying to get the phone back on, did that really happen, or was that some weird time warp portal we fell into? That was. I'm just sitting there thinking, hey, did that really happen?
That really happened. You did a good job, by the way.
Well, I kept talking, but I realized when I'm doing something else, I start talking like this when you're trying to remember a phone number. But otherwise, we made it. Okay, 3rd and 9. Rogers in trouble, throws it over the middle, and that pass is nearly intercepted. Darius Jones got a paw on it, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Wolves. Good pressure up the middle once again, and off the backside by Travis Taylor.
They are going to go for it.
And you figure, why not? You're at home, it's homecoming. Try to make something happen. A big play here with 4:30 to go in the half. 4th and 9. Ball just inside the Bulldog 35. As Co-Lin is trying to make something happen again, down 33-14 to Gulf Coast.
Bulldogs in a 3 front, 3 linebackers.
3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Guy in the backfield with Rogers, and before they can snap it, Co-Lin calls a timeout. They want to talk about this once again.
Co-Lin, that's the second time out of the half.
Well, that happened at 4:30 left here in the second quarter. All these passes kind of slows the game down when they're incomplete. 33-14 Bulldogs. It's been an entertaining ball game.
Well, that start was just tremendous. The velocity of that. Jumping out to a 20-0 lead, it's hard for any team to come back. But in this day and age, the spread offenses in college football, a 20-point lead is not insurmountable by any means.
You see 50 and 60 a lot if you follow Sports Center or some of those. Even some of the bigger colleges are scoring a lot of points now with these spread offenses and putting the ball up 35, 40, 45 times a game.
Well, when it's working to perfection, most defenses just can't keep up with it, and that's what's been going on here this afternoon. A couple of scores very quickly for you. Jones having no problem with Southwest. They're up 27-0 down in Ellisville. Itawamba leading Northeast 29-9, and Delta leading Kahoma 28-0. Here, 33-14. Co-Lin facing a 4th and 9 from the Bulldog 35-yard line. Let's see how it plays out. Once again, the same formation for Co-Lin. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Guy again in the backfield. The Bulldogs drop back in coverage, a 3-man rush. Rogers going deep. Craig is there, and he drops it. He had a touchdown. He beat Kennard Johnson by 2 steps. Johnson never looked back for the ball, but Craig couldn't haul it in, and Gulf Coast will take over, and they dodged a bullet right there.
Should have been a touchdown. He hit him. There's a replay. Hit him right in the breadbasket, and he just dropped it. If anything, by the way our defender was running right in front of him, he may have shaded the ball just a little bit, but I thought he should have had it all the way.
He was looking right back into the sun. Johnson was with him. If he turns around and just puts his hands up, he knocks it away. But whatever the case, it falls incomplete, and the Bulldogs' offense is back on the field with 4:21 to go, leading 33-14. You got to figure, if they were to put another one on the board, it would be very tough for Co-Lin to catch up. Now the swing pass out to the right to DeQuil Williams on the screen, and he picks up about 5 or 6, second down coming up.
Well, that sets up a run play because the Bulldogs are spreading it out, and the Bulldogs have been real good off the right side of the offensive line with these dive plays and these misdirection plays.
2 wideouts to the left. 3:56 to go, first half. Now they give up the middle. That's Eli Hughes. Eli trying to make something happen, but he can. He is stormed backwards, and he might have gotten forward progress. I'm not sure. Good penetration by Co-Lin's defense.
We hadn't done well off the left offensive side at all. Everything we've gained pretty much has been off the right side. That time was a dive play off the left side, and he was met right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 5.
3:27 to go. Gulf Coast leading 33-14. Hatton into pistol formation with Anton Thornton behind him. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Now Thornton moves up alongside Hatton. Hatton drops back, going deep. He's got Williams open, and the pass is intercepted.
Wow, what a catch.
And a terrific play. Kalen Jackson caught the pass. Milton Griffin tipped it, and that's the first turnover of the game by the Bulldogs. Hatton had Williams there. He probably should have thrown it a little harder. He may have put too much air on it. Anyway, a great catch by Kalen Jackson, and Co-Lin gets it back.
Well, Jackson hung on after he took a hit and a flip. The ball was in double coverage, was tipped by both the receiver and the up defender.
Only the 4th interception by Clint this year, and if he had that one to do over again, he probably wouldn't have put as much air under it. But whatever the case, Co-Lin has the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 27, but they're down 33-14. Now they give to Darius Guy. He fumbles but falls back on it, but is going to lose yardage. He never had the ball to begin with, but he escaped disaster by just falling on it. It'll be 2nd down, a loss of about 3.
They had a reverse call then. He was going to hand that ball to one of the wide receivers coming back. He never got it.
2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Rogers with Guy in the backfield. 2:38 to go. 2nd quarter, 33-14, Bulldogs leading here on 103.1 FM, WOSM, and on Bulldog Live.
Got to wonder why he don't just rear back and throw it. It's been working for
Throw it to 3. He's been open. Now, Cavellis Luckett showing blitz coming off the edge. Rogers, the slant. The pass is incomplete. That time he was looking for Darren Anderson. Josh Keys and Dawson Wells were there to put the sandwich on him, and it'll be 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, Bulldogs had the blitz, had the corner blitz coming that time. That quarterback's going to get tired of getting those licks like that, getting up off the ground, especially when he's throwing the ball on target.
When he hasn't been under pressure, he's hit Craig with 2 touchdown passes and almost had a 3rd one. But here it's 3rd and 13, 2:15 to go first half. Bulldogs leading 33-14, 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Guy in the backfield. Rogers in the shotgun, standing at his 20. Takes the snap, 3-man rush. Rogers in trouble, now steps up in the pocket, going to try to run for the 1st down. Pushes out to about the 36, but he's about a yard or 2 short of the 1st down, as you see Coach Campbell on the far sideline.
Well, what a spot they given him.
And that's what he's saying. He's thinking that's kind of a generous spot.
Let's see him. I missed the replay, but I thought, no, there's a flag back here.
Or that. And there is a flag, and this one's coming back.
Holding, number 72 offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
And that's huge because they were very close. They were even in a spot where they probably could have gone for it on 4th down, but whatever the case, now it's going to be 3rd and around 23 to go. They've got to get all the way to the 37-yard line, and they're back inside the 15. 2 minutes to go first half, 33-14 Bulldogs. They're going to drop back in coverage, try to keep everything in front of them.
Well, a situation like this is where bad things happen if you're not careful.
And that's the key here. Keep everything in front of you. They got to get 23 yards to get the first down. Rogers takes the snap and throws it out on the slant. It's caught, and then putting the lick on the receiver, Anderson, is Derek Moncrief. He got it out to the 30, but it'll be 4th down.
Well, Moncrief put a shot that time. The Bulldogs are hitting everything in front. They're really attacking them well. It's what they get beat.
Co-Lin is going to have to punt. They were nowhere near the first down yardage. And now a timeout is called on the field. As we said, 1:41 to go. Gulf Coast leading 33-14, and they still got to be thinking maybe get a field goal, maybe get a cheap score here before halftime and really put the Wolves into a hole.
Well, you saw what happened on the last punt. You know, we got points out of it. So, and you don't want the clock to continue to run because Co-Lin was going to let it run down as far as they could. So with 1:41, the Bulldogs will get the ball, you know, in decent field position. He'll be kicking the ball somewhere around the 20-yard line of scrimmage at the 30.
And don't forget, next week, win, lose, draw, zombie apocalypse, whatever.
Eclipse, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. We could have one of those vernal equinox things. That would be the autumn equinox.
Yeah.
Vernal is in the spring.
Is that what it is?
Equinox issues aside, we will be broadcasting next week for the regular season finale, the homecoming game with East Central at 2 o'clock on 103.1 FM WOSN. And
Number 5.
Bulldog Live, Nolan Long back inside his 15, takes the snap and gets a pretty decent kick away. Josh Keys is going to take it and drop it at the 33. It looked like he stepped out of bounds over there, and he did, and he's dragged down at the 29. So there's really nowhere to go for that one anyway.
29-yard line.
So with 1:31 to go, the Bulldogs are going to have to take it about 72 yards if they want a touchdown.
Well, you want to try something here? You want to go ahead and hammer with your backs. We've been doing pretty good, 7, 8 yards at a pop. The clock stops as you move it for first down. The clock will stop when you go out of bounds now because we're under 2 minutes. You had to learn that one the hard way.
You know what I want? I want another grilled hot dog is what I want.
It's hot dog day. That's right.
Going from right to left, Gulf Coast.
Be nice if we could feel some of that cool breeze blowing, wouldn't it?
That's true. Going up. Now kicking it outside. Dietrich Goff just pinballing his way over people across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line, near the sidelines.
I think they had all but 2 players involved in trying to get him down. He spun out of about 5 tackles. He is a load to bring down.
Lewis making the stop.
Goff, one of the featured backs today, now 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. They give it to Goff again. Look how big he is. Goff breaks through across midfield out to the Co-Lin 45. Bulldogs quickly to the line as Goff picks up another first down. And that right side of the Gulf Coast offensive line is really creating some holes. Now the clock at 57 seconds. First down Bulldogs. They're set up to run again. And they do. They give it to Goff. This time he pushes his way down to the 40. It's like a tractor just blowing through pine trees right there. Inside the 40 down to the 38. You can knock down pine trees with a tractor, right?
I do it all the time.
That's what I thought. And I just made that up, too. 35 seconds. Clock is running. The Bulldogs back to the line on 2nd and short. This time it's Anton Thornton who takes it close to the first down. And Co-Lin Wolves trying to strip the ball, but he was down. And now the clock stops with 25 seconds left.
It's a flag down. Way over here, the line judge threw a flag. Somebody was either lined up wrong or lined up in the neutral zone or something. Number 90 didn't get off the field in time. Okay. Bulldogs going to get a first down then. They're discussing it. So you practiced up on some sayings for today, huh? Yep, polished up on some things. Anything about the history of Co-Lin? Did you do anything of that? Oh, you didn't work on that, huh?
It was mostly 80s music, to be honest.
Okie doke. I'm not bad on that.
Yeah. And I learned something very interesting, that our video of last year's Mississippi Bowl is banned in Germany.
Why are we doing?
I am not making that up, Jimmy. It is banned. Banned in Germany.
What?
I'm not making it up.
Why?
Let's see
Can I
what
just
calls. Yes, you can. Fourth penalty on Co-Lin. Now, the reason why is the music I use is from GarageBand, which is a program on Apple. All that music is licensed, but somebody decided to take the music and make it their own song, so YouTube thought the song was copyrighted. See how goofy that is? Play action is we get back to play. Hatton going deep, throwing it up, and that pass is incomplete this time. He couldn't get it to DeQuil Williams, who was once again double covered. But yeah, the music is not I can use it, is what I'm saying. But YouTube thought I couldn't use it, so we got a big dispute going on. But anyway, for some reason, it's okay in Antigua. It's okay in American Samoa, but banned in Germany.
Then I'll quit buying chocolate from over there then. Just cut it out. Change the name.
No more chocolate. No more BMWs. I've had it.
Change the name of that cake, that German chocolate cake. We'll call it German Russian cake or something.
Prussian. How about Prussian?
Change it to something else.
Austrian cake. 11 seconds to go. Now we'll play action on the... Look at that catch by Williams, and they're going to give it to him, and he falls out of bounds. Williams was falling backwards, still makes the catch at the 23-yard line with 5 seconds to go, and they're going to give Stephen Broccoli a shot to put 3 more on the board. What a that's just forget it.
Now this is 40 yards. This is well in Broccoli's range, and he needs to redeem himself here. He needs to hit a good one here.
From the right hash, Zach Pinkerton to hold. Broccoli, snap is down, kick is up. It's a flutter ball, but it's no good. It drifted off to the right. He didn't get his foot on it, and time expires in the first half. But a good one for the Bulldogs. They lead it 33-14 over Co-Lin. Let's go down to the field now as Jeff Shepard finds head coach Steve Campbell.
Special teams play and maybe 2 defensive plays aside, pretty dominant first half.
Yeah, you'd love to, as well as we think we played, to be up by more than 19. It's still the game can go either way. So, I was real pleased with the way we played. We gave up 2 big plays, and you can't do that. They're still in the football game, and this game can go. We really need to finish.
What did you tell these guys in the locker room beforehand? They came out with a passion we have not seen yet this season. The first 4 possessions. I said they could beat Cleveland Browns the way they were playing earlier.
Well, the guys had a good week of practice, and normally, we got to finish. We got to keep going. But they know their backs are against the wall, and when our backs have been against the wall the last couple of years, we've come out fighting and punching, and that's what we got to do. We got to continue, and we got to finish.
Is that the message at the half? Continue.
That's the message. Is that we're a long way from being over. That's a great football team over there, and we know they're going to have a lot of fight left.
All right, Coach. I'll talk to you after the game. Thanks. All right, 33-14, Bill. A couple of points. I heard you mentioning the YouTube spat there. I have one simple solution for that. The music of David Hasselhoff underneath it, and there you go. He's beloved in Deutschland.
He cannot go into a Shivan 11 over there without getting mobbed. You're right.
No.
Hasselhoff is the answer. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, now back to the football game. A couple of notes. Offensively, the Dogs having little trouble moving the ball on the Co-Lin defense. I would look for them to keep pounding it up the middle. They're very successful running the ball up the middle, kind of on the no-huddle attack there at the end of the first half, and the wide receivers are getting open. Defensively, plenty of pressure. Again, Coach mentioned just 2 real long completions, maybe 3. They had another nice one that didn't go for a touchdown. Other than that, I think you'll take the defensive output no matter what. And obviously the kicking game, it's just something going on between the ears of Stephen Broccoli that they may not get worked out today, but it could come back to haunt the Dogs later on in the season. So obviously we need to try to work to get that taken care of. And one interesting Steve Campbell note, I know you always enjoy these stories. If you look to your left at the goalpost, to y'all's left, that's the goalpost in the end zone that the kick was just missed. It is leaning a little forward and kind of in, and Coach just yelled at the referees, "Do you see the goalpost leaning in?" And they were like, "Well, yeah, Coach, but what can we do about this?"
Right. We got the tractor? Maybe we'll fix it?
Does he want them up there on ladders? I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'll be monitoring the goalposts, and I'll let you know if the wind blow them back into position or something. I don't know.
Jimmy's got some tools in his truck. We can fix that right now, but for halftime.
I mean, it's like a basketball game when they shatter a backboard. You know,
right.
You got to get out there and refix it. So all in all, 33-14, just a really dominant performance by the Bulldogs in the first half. Going to make it awfully difficult for Co-Lin to come back, but we have seen big comebacks in this league before, and they're undefeated for a reason, so no reason to take the pedal off the metal yet.
No, exactly, especially a 19-point lead is nothing in this league. All right, Shep, we appreciate it. We'll get back with you in a few minutes. Your Tigers pulled it out there.
It'll be a much happier ride home than it was up here. I'll just tell you that there, Billy Boy.
Very good. I appreciate that. It'll be a nice drive for me, too. All right, we'll talk to Shep a little bit later. Thanks, Shep. Bulldogs leading at 33-14 at halftime. And like you said, Jimmy, you just got to put them away here in the third quarter and not take anything for granted.
Well, at kicking game, we got one takeoff, take 2 field goals off, so 7 more points ought to be on the board right now.
That's right, but it is a good lead, 33-14. The Bulldogs get the ball first in the second half. Right now, we will send it back to Bulldog Live Control and 103.1 FM WOSM and let you listen and watch our halftime show. We'll be back a little bit later during halftime. Right now, enjoy the halftime show here on Bulldog Live and 103.1 FM WOSM.
I went to Ole Miss out of high school, and things just didn't go right. I didn't really like it up there, and I told Coach Campbell that if things didn't go right, that I'd give him a call, and then we'd see what would happen from there. And I called him, and he said that they had a spot for me, so I came down here and started last year.
And Northeast gets the ball first. First and 10. Frazier in trouble. He's hammered. The sack, fumble.
Yeah, I had a penalty in the beginning of the game and Coach got mad about it, and I think I kind of made up for myself there at the end of the game. As a freshman coming in, we had great leaders last year, like Mario Gaynor, Alonzo Lawrence, and them guys kind of took me under their wing and showed me the ropes. It's a lot different. It's instead of following they're following you, and you're leading them. And them guys showed us a great way to do that last year, and we've tried our best to get these freshmen right, and I think we've done a good job. They came in ready to play, and they've done great so far this season. Coach says all the time we can still control our own destiny, and we can be as good as we want to be. And it was a heartbreaker to lose to Jones, but we still got the rest of the season, and we'll still get to where we want to be.
Bulldog fans and alumni, set your calendars for October 26th and 27th and come back to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College for Homecoming 2012. On Friday, play in the annual Clem Dellinger Memorial Golf Tournament at Winddance Country Club, then join us that night at the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. On Saturday, dive into all the homecoming festivities, capped off with the big game between Gulf Coast and East Central at 2 p.m. Homecoming 2012 at Gulf Coast. Come be a part of it. But you talk to everybody. I mean, does that just kind of come natural for you?
Yes, sir. I'm more of a people person. When we all first came in the summertime, I just seen all the freshmen come in. I knew we had a whole group coming in, so I just want to make them feel welcome, and not like most sophomores try to, be talked down on. I just want to motivate them and keep them pumped up because, when come game time, we're going to need these guys to step up. So I just want to be a leader like Coach Campbell taught to me on the off season in springtime. It's been fun this year. I mean, I like last year. I came in as a freshman. I played a little bit, and then I had to sit a year out, and I didn't really like it. So it motivated me to want to work harder. So therefore, when I get my chance, I go out there and prove myself. So by me working hard in the springtime, dog fights, waking up early in the morning, 5 in the morning, It's like when I go out on the field, I think about all that. And like when the ball in the air, I just got to catch it and make the best of it. Because we got 3 good receivers, and, you never know when my time's going to come. So whenever they throw me the ball, I try to make a play.
At Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, it's like this. High school graduates can take classes close to home that transfer easily to universities. The convenience and flexibility of online classes give students of all ages the opportunity to earn a degree. Apply online and chat live with an admissions specialist or visit us on Facebook. Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, celebrating academic excellence for 100 years.
He never slides, right? He got to slide to move with his feet. You got me?
I love football. It's in my blood, and I love teaching. And these kids, when they come here, and a lot of time they think this is the end of the road. It's just at the beginning. And I love getting hands-on and a small environment. And you get a chance to meet with them on a daily basis, and their eyes light up when they walk through our facility and see all the guys that came through here and done well, and they participate at other universities, and that right there is the light switch come on, and those guys say, hey, they can do it, I can do it too.
So stalemate that guy and sit there and hold him.
It's been different, and now you got kids that's on the team that been superstars with that's on their team. They're the superstar. They're the best player on the team. So now you got to get the kids here on the team that got to make them gel, and kind of tough. And but it's a good thing to have. You got a lot of guys that are great players, and got to learn a new system. But the new system on our team is something that with other teams they only playing maybe cover 1 and cover 3. Our system is various coverages, and so you got to get used to that, and sometimes it take a long while.
Dylan Favre looking left, in trouble. Pass is intercepted. Brandon Keel with the pick.
I feel that we're playing our best ball. Close to playing our best ball right now. It's showing. We're playing good defense. We in the last 2 games we had about I think 6 or 7 scoreless quarters, and so that's showing that we're playing hard and playing smart football and not letting the ball go over our head. So we can continue to do that and give ourselves a chance, and we'll win a lot more ball games. By having a whole group of freshmen, got a lot watch a lot of film, and you got to stay in the film room, and that right there is going to help you. It's going to help you down the road.
Us understanding that this is a good football, this is a good place. The administration here supports and loves football. They want to win, and when you've got that kind of support, I think that's what helps thrive any football program. And I think Coach Moore, Coach Davis, Coach Campbell, and myself, we've all been at a lot of different places, and we've seen that it's football's football. And I think that the number one thing is winning, and that's what you want to do. And we've been able to do that here, and you can do that here. And I think we've all had a good understanding of that.
All right, let's go 5-11. 5-11.
You can prepare all you want all week, and that's what we do for every situation. But you can't ever predict what's going to happen in any given ball game. Any given Thursday night, we always say, anything could happen. And, we've got, we are prepared for different scenarios and situations in a game, whether we're backed up or whether we're on the goal line or whether we're on a fourth down situation or third down situation. We try to prepare each and every situation throughout the week and then prepare the kids for that situation. But again, you still almost have to be ready for any moment in time for something to happen and then be prepared for that.
You don't ever widen. Hey, there you go, get open. Good, guys.
It's about effort. It's about having fun. It's about work. And at any level, wherever you are, it's a game. And whether you're at the University of Alabama or you're at a junior high, to me, football is football. It's about the love for the game and getting out there and having fun and finding ways to win a football game. Every week we've got to put a lucky rock in my pocket, and both the boys have got to blow on it, and that's my good luck rock. But they have it's been very fun to see these kids, as they grow and to fall more in love with the game as I have myself. And they're excited when we win, and when we lose, they're not very happy. So they want to know why we did not win that football game for sure. And this year we've got a really good group, I think, on offense. From the running backs to an unselfish group of running backs to an unselfish group of receivers. Up front, Coach Campbell's got a real physical O-line that plays hard every day and comes to work every day. We're a group that's steadily getting better each and every week. Coach Campbell talks about, the team that's there at the end is a team that's improving and getting better each and every week. And I think our team is making strides doing that.
It was definitely a big learning experience coming in after the 6th game of the year and then starting for the rest of the season. But I think I gradually picked on game by game, so now I'm ready for this season. It started slowing down probably the second half of the first game I played in. But at the first half of the game I played, first game, it was pretty fast, and it took me a little while to get used to it. But after that, I was good. Team's real close, and I feel more of a leader this year. I feel like a lot more is on my shoulders, and I like that, so I feel real good about it. The team is really young, but the guys coming back from last year that I was here with, I mean, we're pretty close, and it's fun being around and being older and just helping the young guys out and letting them know right from wrong and stuff to do. I think me and my wide receivers are good, and we started from the spring, and right now we're clicking real good.
Homecoming is going to be amazing this year, as it is every year. We've got tremendous festivities lined up. Excited about the fact that our golf tournament is going to be at Wind Dance Country Club there in Gulfport. Tremendous support with Rick Carter and Tommy Snell had a hand in arranging that. So looking forward to a great outing on that day. The day before homecoming, the night of the 26th, we have our Athletic Hall of Fame banquet that's going to be at the Beau Rivage. So we're looking for a great event there as well. Festivities start at 6 o'clock, and the actual banquet will begin at 7 p.m. If they'll log on to, of course, they could always call my office, 601-928-6360, or log on to www.mgcccbulldogs.com, and we have a link where you can actually sign up not only to play in the golf tournament, but to also be a whole sponsor. And the whole sponsorships are $100, and you can certainly go about signing up and registering that way as well. So trying to make it as accessible as possible, and we think we're going to have a really good turnout. Each year it has grown, and we try to spread it around different golf courses around the coast, and we've had it up here in Wiggins, and we've had it down on the coast at Shell Landing, and now at Wind Dance, and we like to try to spread the love, if you will, as far as the golf tournament. So tremendous support from all of our alumni on the coast, and looking forward to a good one here at Wind Dance this year. This is our first time being at Wind Dance. We have to remind everybody that we do have a game to play at homecoming, and an important game it's going to be. We have a tremendous team coming in here that we've got to play well against. So the guys will be ready, but it's going to be a good game.
And we are back live at Stone Stadium here in Wesson, Mississippi. You're seeing the Co-Lin band finish up their halftime activities. They did their homecoming stuff earlier before the game. And as we told you, the Bulldogs lead at 33-14 over Co-Lin heading into the second half. I'll quickly recap the scoring for you. As we said, the Bulldogs came out a house of fire in the first quarter. Clint Hatton scored from 5 yards out, making it 7-0. 2 minutes later, Dietrich Goff scored from a yard out, making it 14-zip. Then Clint Hatton went to DeQuil Williams on a beautiful pass, 43 yards, and it was 20-0 with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Right after that, Chandler Rogers hit Joe Craig Jr. on a 73-yarder, play action to 7. Then in the second quarter, about 5 or 6 minutes later, Trey Wofford picked up a fumbled snap on a punt and took it 10 yards, making it 26-7 Gulf Coast. Co-Lin answered with a 60-yard touchdown pass from Rogers to Craig, making it 26-14. And then with 6:44 to go in the first half, Anton Thornton scored from 10 yards out to make it 33-14, and that's where we stand as we get ready for the third quarter here in just a few minutes. And by the way, that touchdown for Anton, his 5th of 2012. Joining me is Jimmy Davis. Well, Jimmy, Gulf Coast gets the ball first, and the main key is to just keep that momentum going and keeping the pressure on Co-Lin.
Get back out there and sustain a good drive. Using, I'm impressed with Goff with his straight ahead running strength that he has. He's a big guy, but he's quick. He don't try to, dodge and dart. He's a straight ahead runner, but he's got some power and some strength. And as long as that line can open the holes the way they've been opening, giving us about 4, 5, 6, 7 yards a pop, Steve Campbell's going to be happy and our offense will work. Now, if they stop that and we have to go to other things, that's when we run into trouble. There again, here's the quarter that we've been faltering a little bit in. We hope that that's not an omen when we'll come out here and have a
There's the DeQuil touchdown again. Look at that, just going up over 2 guys. You won't see one any prettier than that. That was absolutely fantastic.
It is. It's amazing. It's amazing how he goes up in crowds. He's big, he's tall, and go up and get him. And like I said, he threw the ball a little bit to his inside so he could have a chance without having to fight him off. But that's what you see on Sports Center out there.
You're right. I mean, and Clint threw it where only DeQuil could catch it. And that was very, very impressive. Now, I've been getting ridiculed by, I'm going to call them what they are, the little punks that are doing our camera on Bulldog Live. Not Rich Cobb, but we got some punks up there. I'm not going to mention any names, Bennett Rimmer, Mr. Nutria King, okay? He says you cannot knock down pine trees with the tractor. I said, Jimmy said it could be done.
I just cleared about 350 foot of right-of-way for the fire company with a tractor, and my tractor's only a 51 horsepower, and it's got a hydraulic bucket on the front. I didn't use no chainsaws. It's full of pine trees, and I cleared her out, buddy. 30 foot wide.
Well, there you go, Bennett. Enjoyed walking home.
So I just did. I mean, that's only been 3 or 4 weeks ago, so that's history right there. That's in the books.
There's no substitute for experience.
Now, how does he think we make food plots in the woods in pine thickets? I mean, how does he think we do that?
I don't know.
Now, I'm not saying
today.
One of those that size younger, you'd have to have a track hoe, but pine, just normal old pine trees, we'll take them things to the ground.
That's what I thought. I actually pulled one down last year. I wasn't by myself, but I helped actually cut one down.
Yeah.
And we had a guy with the power company that was doing the cutting.
Yeah.
He was like an ice magician, those ice sculptures.
Yeah, they pretty
the way it was impressive. But I helped pull it down.
So Nutriman's got to walk.
Yeah, he's going to be hitchhiking.
Well, over this part of the state, he probably got some kin folks not too far from here. Probably.
He'd figure that. Bennett doing a great job up there on camera for us, as is Rich Kopp, as is Mike Sewell, as is Harry Scoville. So the Bulldog Live crew, just another day on the job. We weren't even sure if we had bandwidth at 2:30. That's how impressive this is. But we're back up and running and ready to go for the second half. Nolan Long will kick it off for Co-Lin. Taking it at the 2 is Eli Hughes. Hughes to the 10, to the 15, and flipped over at the 18-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will start. 1st and 10, leading 33-14. Of course, we just kid around with our crew.
Darius Woodcock.
Have a good time. Try to. You've got to. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's no fun.
It's 2 years in a row we've only had 4 home games on our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
We've had to go on the road 5 and then 4 at home. And that's got to change next year. It's bound.
I would think so.
We've done it 2 years in a row, and I'm ready to play one at Park and hang around Park a little while because these road games been tough. We was right down at Southwest last week.
We were. If the Bulldogs can hold on and win, the rest of the games would be at home, including the playoffs. Now first down, cutting up the middle is Byron Nettles, who slips down after making a nice cut inside and getting it out to the 21-yard line. A short gain, it'll be second down coming up.
Yeah, Byron looked better then. He looked like he's had more quickness that time hitting the hole. So
I think he had some of that Steve Davis dessert. Second and 7. Ball just across the 20. Opening moments of the third quarter. Gulf Coast leading 33-14. They give up the middle. This time Anton Thornton is stacked up by the Co-Lin defense. Jonathan Haywood making the stop on Thornton. It'll be third down coming up for Gulf Coast.
Well, that time they were playing the run all the way. They had 4 guys up. They had 3 backers, 7 in the box that time. Been a good time for a play fake, pull it out and just hit somebody, but the call had already been made. Couldn't change it. Had to run the play, and it's third down and about 9 yards to go.
Third and 9. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Hatton takes the snap. Looking to his right, pass is caught right near the 30, and breaking a tackle out there is Tyrone Williams, and that'll be a Gulf Coast first down. Nice job by the freshman getting to the sticks and making a move and picking up a couple extra yards.
John Gruden, from the NFL, said that's one of the hardest throws to make is the out route. When the quarterback's in the 7-step drop, makes the out route. That takes more arm strength to do that than it does throw it downfield. He did a good job that time.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 36. Now a little flare, and just off the fingertips of JoJo Snell, it'll be second down. I think he was trying to run before he caught it.
I do too. That ball should have been caught. It was right out there in front of him. You got to lead him so he don't have to stop his stride, and I think he looked up and didn't watch it all the way into his hands.
So it'll be second and 10. Gulf Coast leading 33-14, 13:32 to go, third quarter. 2 fullbacks stacked to the right, 1 behind Hatton, and that is Goff. Goff breaks 1 tackle and pushes his way out to the 40. And this is the first time we've seen Goff with extended duty in the game. We've seen him on the goal line a couple of times, and he has looked good when carrying the ball.
He shows strength and power, and when he hits the hole, he's going straight ahead. And he's not a dodging runner, but he's going to take it and get all he can get out of it.
Third and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Play action. Hatton throws it out. Catching is Cade Amaker, and I believe that's a Bulldog first down. Amaker out of the superback position on the little wheel route, and that's going to move the chains again for Gulf Coast. So back-to-back first downs for the Bulldogs to start the third quarter.
Bill, you can count on one hand how many times we've thrown it to a tight end or a superback, H-back like that all year long, and nobody expects that out of us.
First and 10, that same running formation that worked late in the first half. Goff breaks it off left tackle. Goff's in the open to the 40, to the 30. 1 man to beat at the 20, and finally run out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. And Goff didn't even look like he was running fast, and he's all the way down there deep in Co-Lin territory.
Well, he looks like a big linebacker running the football. Man.
Dietrich, the freshman from the Kill, 6'3", 235, power and speed. And the Bulldogs threatening again here early in the third quarter, leading already 33-14. Now they're stacked up to run to the left with Thornton in the backfield. Thornton pushes his way across the 15 and down to about the 14-yard line.
That offensive line doing their job. We've been very successful running to our right, our offensive right. But we come out here in the third quarter, I guess Coach Campbell's upset we couldn't run the ball to the left, and most of the running plays here in this opening drive have been to the left.
Second and 5 as Thornton picked up 5. Same formation to the left this time. And a free snap as they throw it up, and it is caught by DeQuil Williams, and that is a touchdown. Let's see if it stands, as the Bulldogs think Co-Lin jumped offsides.
I believe they did, and there's no whistles blew to stop the play. There's a flag in the backfield. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
So hold the phone. DeQuil Williams makes another ridiculous catch.
And there's a defender down in the end zone for Co-Lin.
He got hammered.
On the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
It is a Bulldog touchdown, so another touchdown pass to DeQuil Williams. That's his 13th this season. He's already had 2 in this game. As the Bulldogs extend their lead to 39-14, pending the extra point. But you saw the catch by DeQuil Williams. He got hammered over there, but still held on to the ball. Co-Lin Jackson tried to knock the ball loose, and I think he hurt himself.
Twice this year that this has happened, that they've jumped in the neutral zone and the Bulldog offensive line stays down. We go ahead and run our routes, and he's caught 2 touchdown passes, I know, off of offside flags. There's a running play.
Yeah, we'll go to the touchdown here in just a second as Sean Broccoli comes in to attempt an extra point. That was a 17-yard touchdown pass from Hatton to Williams.
Coach
That's
Campbell,
the way you open the third quarter.
He didn't even let him go in at halftime. He made him kick down there the whole time long.
He may be hitchhiking home with Bennett. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Stephen Broccoli with the extra point. Looked good right there. So with 11:55 to go in the third quarter, it's all Bulldogs. They extend the lead to 40-14 over Co-Lin, and so much for coming out flat in the second half.
That's a third quarter, and the difference in what happened here was we got the ball first. If I'm not mistaken, we have not punted yet. Am I right?
I believe you're right. We have not seen Zach Pinkerton yet.
And either we've scored or we've attempted to score by missed field goals every time we've had the football today. I don't know how you say any better than what the offense is doing.
And in Stephen's defense, if he's going to have a rough game, this is one of the ones to do it where it's not going to cost you. At least you don't think so, with 11:55 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you hope these things don't come by. I talked to him before every ball game, and he said, one time way back there, he said, I need some film on my field goals, but I hadn't kicked but 4. Now, that was back, a while back. I said, well, let's see Bill. He'll get them for you, but he don't want the film from today, I promise you.
Stephen will be okay. He's just a freshman. There's a terrific kickoff taken all the way back at the goal line by Greg Sims. Sims trying to run it out and runs into a wave of Bulldog defenders as he's tackled at the 17-yard line. I think leading the way was Eli Hughes and Xavier Bingham on that kickoff. And you see a much better boot that time by Stephen. He got his whole foot and leg into it, and Sims had to go all the way back to the 2. And that's what we're used to seeing from Stephen Broccoli. It was Eli Hughes, the first man down there. So it's 1st and 10 Co-Lin from their own 18. They're down 40-14 in this battle for control of the MACJC South Division. Chandler Rogers is the quarterback. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes this afternoon, both of them to Joe Craig Jr. 2 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right with Darius Guy in the backfield. Bulldogs show blitz, then back off into coverage. Rogers tries a slant. Pass is caught in between 2 defenders at the 28-yard line by Casey Gladney, and that's going to be close to a Co-Lin first down, and it is a Co-Lin first down. Only the 4th first down of the game for the Wolves. They move it out to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Co-Lin, the 14th ranked team in the nation this week in the MGCCC poll. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. This time, Rogers looking to his left, finds a short man, and that is Anderson. Anderson pushed backwards after getting up to the 35-yard line. Darren Anderson, the receiver for Co-Lin, one of their better receivers, gets it out to the 35.
He was corralled pretty quick, though. They given him a good spot. Of course, he caught the ball and then tried to make a loop to elude the defender, but they caught up to him and pushed him back. 2nd and 5 at the 35.
10:46 to go. Third quarter. Bulldogs leading 40-14. Chandler Rogers on his 30. Fakes it, now rolls out, sets up a delayed screen. And Darius Guy, hello, Josh Keys. Pick up your chin strap at the airport. Wow.
Oh, man.
Josh just lit him up.
Read it all the way, stayed at home, watched the ball into his hands, and unloaded on him.
And that's a college football tackle.
Pick his chin strap up at the airport. That's pretty good, guy.
You like that?
Yes, he did good.
Well, it was a little TSA theme, you know. People always leaving suntan lotion. You can't bring it on the plane. Just pick your chin strap up there. 3rd and 7 after the big hit by Keys. 3 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. This is what happens when you're banned in Germany. Now Rogers under pressure over the middle, pass is tipped and almost intercepted by Keys. Rogers was under pressure. He was trying to get it to Casey Gladney, but the pass was tipped, and then Josh Keys had a chance to pick it off. Whatever the case, once again, the Co-Lin Wolves will have to punt.
This is what you wanted to do. You went down and scored. They did make 1 first down. You're making them punt, so here we go.
Oh, pressure up the middle. Eli Hughes, but Long gets the punt away. Takes a bit of a Co-Lin bounce, and it's down at the 27-yard line. Eli shot through there quickly, but could not get his paws on the pigskin.
Well, I tell you, that one should have been blocked. He mishandled the snap again and kind of went to one side, and timing would show, that thing should have been blocked.
So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27, leading 40-14 over Co-Lin. And this homecoming crowd here in Wesson, not a lot to cheer about. They had a good crowd.
Yeah, and they're quiet.
There's a running play up the middle. Taking it is Byron Nettles, and it's easy to talk about from up here, but you'd almost want Byron to kind of maybe pack it in and save him for the playoffs and get him back to full strength, because we're going to need him down the road.
Yeah, he's definitely a dominant back.
2nd and 6. He did pick up 4 that time. Running back split between Hatton, and taking it is JoJo Snell trying to get the edge. JoJo slips and is dragged down, still fighting his way out for about 3 or 4 yards. He slipped behind the line, but second effort got it out to about the 34, so it'll be 3rd down and about 4 coming up. You see JoJo trying to make a cut. He slips down, keeps his feet, and still broke 2 or 3 tackles. He almost wriggled his way loose.
Yeah, a missed block that time, or he could have sprung it a little more. But to be so small, he's powerful.
And fast. 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Running formation to the left. Looks like Goff is in the backfield now. And he's had a good day this afternoon. Hatton takes the snap. He's going to pass. Good protection. Going deep. Looking for DeQuill. He just goes up and gets it. Just like he's playing in the backyard. And it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs. DeQuill, another terrific catch. What can't he do?
Chad Huff is somewhere in this press box, because I hear him beating on the wall. Do you hear him? I mean, every stadium we go to, you can tell where he's at. He's somewhere down somewhere. But
if we played on a mountain, like Pikes Peak or something, you could hear him on the other side of the mountain. Like if we were on one side, of course, you'd have to level it off, have to knock down some pine trees. Either way, Dietrich Goff up the middle on the running play down to the 27-yard line, and the Bulldogs are just moving the ball at will now.
This kid right here has opened the eyes of Steve Campbell and Chad Huff today. He has really came in, stepped in, and where they needed that extra back with Nettles not being able to have many touches, he's done a good job today.
Goff picked up 7 at 2nd and 3. They give to Goff again. This time he's got room, makes a cut down to the 20, and another Bulldog 1st down.
That's just whipping at the line of scrimmage, blowing a hole open, and when he's got the football, when he gets into that second line, you better look out. You got your hands full.
Goff will get a break. Coming in is Anton Thornton. The Bulldogs up 40-14 and looking for more. 1st and 10 just inside the Co-Lin 20. And we're about to have to go to the stories.
I got one for
the
you.
Random stories. If the Bulldogs score here again. Now Hatton going deep. It's Tyrone Williams. Pitch and catch for 6 more. Touchdown Bulldogs. They're pouring on the Wolves.
I don't know how he gets behind double coverage like that, but he was so wide open. Good touch on the ball by Hatton. Beautiful pass. Man, you just can't draw it up any better. But he was wide open. That's what the run game does. Looking for Goff, you play fake him off to the right side. He's been getting 7-8 yards a pop. But double coverage, man, he was way behind him.
They beat him with about 5 steps to spare. Stephen Broccoli for the extra point. It's up and it is good. So with 7:16 to go in the third quarter, the Band of Gold has fired up the fight song plenty of times this afternoon, and the Bulldogs extend the lead to 47-14, and with the exception of 2 long touchdown passes by Co-Lin, they have made this look ridiculously easy.
Yeah, and Broccoli's figured out that crooked goal pole.
That's what it is.
You can see
if you get out a protractor, you can do simple geometry and do that.
He's figured it out. I mean, I don't know exactly. You know how they make these footballs out of these tires now, and they do that thing with Deion Sanders and Troy Aikman, and he gets mad about it. You got to figure all this out and get the angles right, but we can look at it from here. You can see it's leaning in and twisting to the old folks' home, and it's you just got to get used to it. You got to kick at it.
Now this one down here, it's a little crooked as well.
Yeah, it's leaning.
But you know what? In their defense, our goalposts aren't exactly geometrically perfect either. But you see a lot of that. It's life at the JUCO level. And you just do the best you can. Whatever the case, Tyrone Williams gets in on the touchdown act as he catches one from Clint Hatton. Higher kick this time by Broccoli, and both Craig and somebody else let it go. It goes into the end zone. They're very lucky because if it would have stayed out of the end zone, that would have been a live ball. Nobody decided to catch it, and Co-Lin will have to start from the 25. For Tyrone Williams, that's his 5th touchdown catch this season.
Was that kind of a give up right there? Just, are you going to get it? I'm not going to get it.
You got it. Nobody's got it.
I tell you. Looks like some, of course, it's hard to fight back, 47-14, 7:16 left in the third, but this is, it's not so much the season, I guess, for Co-Lin, but it is the season for Gulf Coast. If we don't win, we had to make a showing here
this
today.
was a must-win, no question about it. So Co-Lin will start 1st and 10 from their 25, down 47-14. The Bulldogs show blitz, drop off. Rogers in the gun, under pressure, tries the middle screen to Darius Guy, and they've got some business. Guy across the 40 and down to the 42-yard line, and that should be a Co-Lin first down. This time they threw the screen over the middle, beat the pressure in, and that was a nice job by Co-Lin.
That was a good play call then. That's something that the Bulldogs, with their pursuit, as far as heavy as they're coming into the backfield, that play will work.
Taking it out to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10, Co-Lin. Rogers takes the snap, 3-man rush. Out in the flat is Craig, and Craig gets to the 45 before he's wrapped up by the Bulldogs. Wofford, along with Nigel Green, making the stop. And, Jimmy, aside from those 2 bombs that Craig caught, one of them kind of a busted play, one of them a terrific job by Craig, the defense has been terrific.
Yeah, we got to play.
Craig looks like he got twisted kind of awkwardly that time, so he's down, and Co-Lin trainers are checking on him. Well, while they're attending to Joe Craig, who's had a terrific game this afternoon, what do you got?
Have you ever heard of a baby deer blate? I'm talking about a fawn when they're born. They make a little blatant sound when they hunt their mama. Their mama gets away from them, they make a little blatant sound, and
See, my daughter does that, and she's 4, and she still makes a sound. We call it whining, but whatever.
Well, that's right. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Now, we're remodeling a house up in the woods. It's an old house, and we're remodeling it for a family. And we've been hearing one for the last couple of days, and it's quite unusual to hear it day after day.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny, my son, who is Daniel Boone, he gets one of my deer calls out, and he starts calling, and it answers him.
Okay.
So he goes to it. He goes to it. He has to go behind a big old lake, go in there, and finally gets to it. He gets all the way up within 5 feet of it, and there's a fence back there, and it's a baby goat.
It's a goat, not a deer.
It's a baby goat. And I've never, I don't pay attention to goats, because we don't have them, wasn't raised around, of course. But a baby goat sounds just like a baby deer, and he and I have heard 100 baby deer do that. So if you ever hear it, you better watch out. It might be a goat. It might not be a deer. So
I'm going to put that in my back pocket for the ride home.
Keep that one for you.
Because you know what?
Somewhere up here, you might could get some coffee or some gas or something.
You never know.
Story out there, yeah. True story.
My only experience with goats was in Minnesota when I was a kid. I'll finish this one in a second. 1st and 10 from the 45. Rogers over the middle, and that pass is incomplete. He was looking for one of his receivers. Looked like pretty good coverage that time by the Bulldogs. Don't know if that would have been interference or not. But second down, that was Milton Griffin. Check that.
I believe it was a good no call because he was going for the ball. He was diving for the football, and he made contact, but he
don't think it was catchable either. 3rd and 7, just inside the 45. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Gulf Coast in front, 47-14. Co-Lin doesn't seem to be in any hurry here, down 47-14 to the Bulldogs.
I've already fell through that house one time already too, so I'd go ahead and tell you that. Blitz.
Rogers in trouble, steps up, hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete. The pocket collapsed on him, and once again, Co-Lin's going to have to punt. Rogers very frustrated. They've had a frustrating day this afternoon. Look at that. They brought the blitz. He steps up in the pocket. I couldn't tell who got his hand on him. But whatever the case, 5 Bulldogs around the football. Just a terrific defensive effort by Gulf Coast. Logan Long. That's not his name. I've mixed names. I'm doing something like, anyway. Nolan Long punts it down to the 26. Now, I was telling you about the goats. My only goat experience was up in Minnesota. I was about 7 years old. I had some kinfolk up there, and they had goats on their farm. And the only thing I can tell you about goats is they stink.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They really don't smell well. And I don't think it's so much BO as they're just, they don't cleanse themselves.
Well, I tell you something else, if you don't want to mow your yard, go get one like that lady over in Mobile did in that subdivision. Mm-hmm. Got her 3 and tied them in the yard, didn't want to cut the grass.
That's all I remember. I think there's a picture of me standing by the goat, one hand feeding one of them, and one hand with my other hand on my nose as JoJo Snell gets the edge and takes it across to the 39-yard line. My other hand is on my nose, holding my nose.
Yeah, they're not kind of like pigs, aren't they? They're not
pungent. That's the word I was looking for.
I believe he got a first down here. Let's see where they mark it.
Pretty close.
Oh, we got a flag down.
JoJo Snell carries for Gulf Coast.
I didn't know you had any ties in Minnesota.
I used to. My dad's sister lived up there back in the 70s. And you know what's interesting? You go away from Mississippi and other places, everybody's got basements,
Yeah.
There's not a lot of how, I don't know where looks like a legal substitution on Co-Lin, so that'll move it up 5. That should be a first down. But anyway, that was up near Rochester, Minnesota.
On the defense. Number 45 left the field and re-enters. That penalty is declined. First down.
His mic works.
It works really well.
Wherever we play, he let him use our next group at Park next week. We need his mic. I don't know if he wants to come, he can, but we need his mic set. But yeah, I didn't know you had people way up.
Yeah, that was back in the. We used to take these crazy road trips, a la National Lampoon's Vacation, as Eli Hughes takes it up the middle down to the 46-yard line.
What a hit!
And a hit there at the end, making some noise. 5:09 to go. Gulf Coast leading 47-14.
Watch this lineman. Well, I tell you, it's a lineman's dream to get down in the secondary and hit a little cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Just 320 pounds hitting 165, 170. They just love it. I mean, it's.
You remember the cartoon with the goat that was eating everything, and it was the wolf guy that had the country accent.
Yeah.
He was eating the railroad tracks and everything. That's what makes me think of. Wide open, DeAdrian Terry at the 40. DT takes it inside the 35 down to the 33. That's the first catch in a long time for DeAdrian Terry, and that'll be a Bulldog first down. Looks like a Co-Lin player is down at the 40. And that's nice to see DT get into the act.
Well, what sets that up is all these runs.
Mm-hmm.
They get 7 in the box. There's not enough coverage out here. That's, again, that wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him when he caught the ball. He was wide open. Good pass.
Looks like that player is okay. The shaken-up player for Co-Lin is number 55, and that is Jonathan Haywood. He made some nice plays earlier in the game. He's coming off on his own power. Looks to be okay. Yeah, I had a sister for a while. Her husband was in the Navy, and they lived in Idaho Falls, Idaho. So there were 2 summers there where we loaded up the station wagon and got after it, and I've been scarred ever since. First down, now Hughes Runs into one of his own men, and he's dragged down about 45. Now he pitches it to Hatton. They didn't let the play go.
That's ridiculous. That play was still in motion.
Let's see what we got. Let's see. Yeah, I think they blew it dead.
They pretty much got him wrapped up.
Yeah, they did. It would have just been fun.
Boy, you're going to have fun with the show, putting this thing together, showing all these highlight films.
Yeah.
You got a whole season's worth of highlights off of one ball game here.
Eli takes a break after that play. Hey, he almost had that done. Coach Campbell's probably telling him, look, don't be a hero. But that's okay. It was still fun to watch. 2nd and 10, 3:33 to go, 47-14, Bulldogs in front. They give up the middle to Thornton. Powers his way down to the 30. The first trip we took, we went up, we went out through Texas, I believe. We went out through Dallas and then up and then out. The only thing I remember about that one is I got sick going down to the Grand Canyon. And my dad was making me stand up near the Grand Canyon, taking pictures of the overlooks.
Didn't want to. Big hole, isn't it?
It's a canyon.
It's a big hole.
Yeah. And anyway, that one wasn't too eventful as Dietrich Goff gets it, pushes his way down to the 24.
Yep.
Now the next year it got really weird because you had my mom and dad, you had me, my sister who was about 14, 15, and my brother who was in his 20s, and let's just say he enjoyed the 70s, okay? He enjoyed the 70s. He was all the way in the back as a flag comes in on that play, and I believe it was either illegal motion or a hold on the Bulldogs, so they'll go backwards a little bit. So we loaded up the Impala.
Illegal motion on number 6 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
We loaded up the Impala. That's the 4th penalty on Gulf Coast, and went up through towards St. Louis, up I-55. My brother, the diehard St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan, he said, Bill, we're going to a Cardinals game. And they had one that night. They were playing the Padres, and this was 75, 76, somewhere around there, okay? No hotel rooms because, God bless him, Dad wasn't too big into making reservations, okay? He just liked to wing it.
Yeah, they're going to have room. Somebody will have space.
Yeah, but it was 60 miles north of St. Louis, and we never got to see any baseball, okay? As Dietrich Goff is dragged down. Then there was the other time in Goodland, Kansas, no reservations. We stayed in, okay, you see that building over there, the field house?
I do.
It was like that, except it was from like the 50s. Like the TV was from the 50s.
Yeah.
It was one of those, and there was a big mud puddle out there, and I stepped in it, and I lost my shoe. It was so deep. I really thought it was like, quicksand,
Gonna suck you right up.
No permanent damage to me, though. We stayed in the ladies' basement in Rapid City, South Dakota. And I didn't have any problem with it because the lady was nice. She made us a pie,
Yeah, really made it.
My sister told me she thought the lady was going to come down. It was going to turn into a slasher movie, though. Little old lady, oh, yeah, stay in my basement, then you got, carnage. But it didn't happen, fortunately. So
you guys should have been videotaping all this stuff. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. I was just closing my eyes and hoping it would be over soon.
Chevy Chase has made millions off of the same thing that you guys are doing.
And that's what was tough because as I got older, I saw the movie and I thought it would be so funny if I hadn't experienced this for real.
Yeah, people don't believe it. They really don't. They don't believe some of that stuff really happens, but
no, it does. No, in all seriousness, I'm throwing this all on my dad. We had some great, but those are family trips. It's family stuff, and you can laugh about it later on, and they're good memories. We had some terrific trips when we were younger, and that's what you did back then. You got the car, you loaded up the ice chest, as Zach Pinkerton punts it away on 4th down inside the 20, and it's hit by a Bulldog right there. But that's the thing you do. We loaded them up. We'd load up the ice chest, have sandwiches, stop at a rest area. Hopefully there were no drifters there, and we would have a picnic. But we went to Mount Rushmore. We went to the Grand Canyon. My dad's in the Softball Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City. We did that one year. I could tell you another story about that, but I've ripped on the poor man enough. That one, I'll save that one. If we hit 60 points, I'll give you that one. Okay.
All right.
How about that?
You've been entertaining here in the third quarter. You have. Our first punt.
when I start telling these stories, people say, oh, that's the puzzle pieces start coming together about,
And the amazing thing is you winded up down here on the coast.
I did. 1st and 10, Rogers over the middle, and that's Bubba Keene making a catch at the 40. Nice pitch and catch for Co-Lin, and that'll be a Wolves first down. While I was rambling about my childhood, 1:23 remains in the third quarter, and it's 47-14 Gulf Coast. By the way, Florida leads South Carolina 37-8.
What happened to South Carolina?
Yeah, they were hanging with LSU last week, then they lost, and, back-to-back trips on the road, that's got to be tough. As Rogers, plenty of time to throw, looking to the far sideline, and the pass is caught over there by Marquise Hayes, and that's another Co-Lin first down.
We got nickel coverage out there, and there's no reason. We had 2 defenders that time that got beat deep, and there's no excuse for that because that's why they're back there. They only keep everything in front of them. Co-Lin moving the ball right on down the field. This game is not over, even though it's a
big blitz, and Rogers just throws it away. Trey Wofford in his face as the Bulldogs bought the house that time, and it'll be second down.
I guess he had a receiver over there. I saw Lyman. There's 24. I guess he's a back.
Notre Dame's up on BYU 17-14 in the fourth quarter, 10:54 to go. Clemson beat Virginia Tech 38-17. We told you about LSU. And Florida leading South Carolina. Let's see now, 52 seconds to go third quarter.
Play clock down to 10 there, in no hurry to get a playoff. So
3 lineouts to the left, 1 to the right. Rogers takes the snap, play action. He's got time, now he's in trouble, and he goes down. Leading the way, Deshae Williams, Trey Wofford, and Brandon Keel there to make it a trifecta sack.
Well, they just got after him. It hit him from every direction.
40-yard line.
Bulldogs dialed up the blitz that time. Keel comes up the middle.
And sure, hindsight is 20/20, but you just wonder if they could have pulled that game out against Jones.
We didn't play good.
Yeah.
We just didn't play good football.
But whenever we have one of those, the team always seems to come back strong. Since then, they have been laying the wood just about every opponent we've played. As Rogers takes the snap, throws it over the middle, pass is caught at the 25, and that'll be a first down. Marquise Hayes, his second catch on this drive, and that takes it down to the 23-yard line in the waning moments of the third quarter.
Should be the last play unless they run up on the line real quick. That's going to be it.
Time expires in the third quarter, but the Bulldogs put some more points on the board and extend their lead 47-14 over Co-Lin. We'll come back for the final 15 minutes and tell more stories in just a few minutes. You're watching Bulldog Live and 103.1 FM WOSM. Fourth quarter action coming up in 30 seconds.
Welcome back to Wesson, Mississippi. The fourth quarter getting underway here as the Bulldogs are leading Co-Lin 47-14. Co-Lin has the football on the Bulldogs' 23-yard line. Bulldogs showing a forefront. There's the snap, back to pass, blitz coming, pass caught to the 10, to the 5, touchdown.
Touchdown, Darius Guy.
Darius Guy, on the screen pass.
That's the big guy. That's the guy that's got them where they are today. Is Bulldogs? They had him coming out of the backfield. The Bulldogs sending both linebackers. Had the blitz called, pass caught. So that's going to make the score 47-20. Okay, Mr. Bill Snyder.
Yes, sir.
That would be your turn.
Okay. How far was that? Do you know?
Well, they've got them
spitballing now. Those stories, I don't like to tell them, and I started telling them, and now I'll be in therapy next week. Long in for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So the first play of the fourth quarter is a touchdown for Co-Lin. Screen pass to Darius Guy, and the lead is cut to 47-21. Well, in all seriousness, Jimmy, assuming there's not a monumental collapse here in the fourth quarter, which could happen, but probably won't. So the Bulldogs, let's say we win this, then of course got to win next week against East Central, because even if, let's say, we win this and laid an egg against East Central, we'd still be out of the playoffs, more than likely.
Yeah.
So we win this, we win that one, and the road to the Mississippi Bowl would go through Perkinston.
That's right. That's right.
Because Scuba hosted last year, and this year it'll be the South team hosting the game.
Unless we lose our first playoff game, and it goes back then to who's in first place and who's the runner-up team. But right now, the way it stands, a win here and a win next week, as far as the state championship game, if we can continue to win, will be played at Perk.
Long steps up, boots it away. Taking it at the goal line is Xavier Bingham. Bingham out to the 20, and he's corralled right there as he crosses the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Gulf Coast. But this has been one of those statement games for Gulf Coast, just coming out smoking, leading 20-0 right off the bat, and really never looking back.
I will say that on this last drive that Co-Lin took the ball down and took it in.
A little easy.
Well, Steve Campbell had a lot of second unit players out there, so they're letting some of the young freshmen get some playing time, and you didn't see some of our normal starters be out there with the score. And he's done that throughout this ball game. He swapped out defensive lines pretty much the whole game. You hadn't seen those starting three be out there, but probably 2/3 of the game instead of the whole game. So it is experience for these guys when they come up next year. They've had playing time. Is there a flag down? We're having
I'm not really sure.
Having another conversation there.
By the way, Jones beat Southwest to no one's surprise, 34-0. Itawamba over Northeast, 31-9, and Delta shut out Kahoma, 34-0. I think that's Delta's first win this season.
I believe it is.
Here's the call.
He's coming over here to talk to the coach.
I think. Well, maybe not.
Well, he don't know what he wants to do.
A little clock issue, huh? Maybe so.
Please set the clock. It's 14:40. 14:40.
Okay, we reset the clock at 14:40, and it is done. Ask and it is done.
That's right. Ask and ye shall receive. 37-8. I'm just surprised at this Florida-South Carolina score. But you know what? The word was Marcus Lattimore wasn't going to play for South Carolina, so that, if he didn't, I'm sure that was a huge factor in that one. Let's see what else. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Florida jumped up there to that 2 spot after that win. That was. I thought Oregon is a very good ball club. I don't know if you get to watch them play very much.
I watched them the other night just steamroll Arizona State.
They kind of remind me of Gulf Coast because they run up and run plays, and while it's working, they're at a pace, just at a pace.
Just frenetic pace, yeah. They were the other night. And for the first part of the game, Arizona State was trying to hang with them, but just like we did last week with Southwest, and what we've done today, you just can't keep up with them. I'm wondering if they're ordering pizza.
No, well, they just said hot dogs reduced to $1. I heard that. So.
Well, I mean, that's worth stopping the game. The ones we had, if they're grilled hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, they have to be here at the ballpark.
Mm-hmm. So, let's all head to the lobby. Boise had a UNLV 32-7. Rutgers won. They're ranked. Stanford beat Cal. Well, that game's usually at the end of the season. That's the one where the band was on the field. Hatton now throwing a flare out to Tyrone Williams. Nice move by Williams, and he's run out of bounds far sideline. And a late flag came in.
I believe that's going to be on us. I believe that hit's late.
Pass is complete.
Let's see what happened here.
Williams, he's good out of bounds.
Watch.
First, a nice move by Williams and a good block by Snell. And let's see what we got here.
Right there.
Yeah, crackback on DeQuill. That's what that was. DeQuill came in and really didn't need to do that.
After the play, personal foul right here on number 7 of the defense. 15 yards.
We'll take that anytime you want to call it, buddy.
Okay.
I thought the Quills was a step or two late myself. But he must have hit him over where we can't see where it's.
Well,
when you get gold and gold,
so both of them, yeah. So that's true. The sun is across, as you can tell on your internet screen.
Boy, it is right. It is. It's
The shadows coming in here in Wesson. It was a beautiful day. Just a beautiful fall day and a beautiful day for the Bulldogs. Now the run up the middle by Thornton. Thornton across midfield. He gets in the act.
Well, he's showing golf. He's the sophomore.
You ain't ready yet, homie. Yeah.
I'm the sophomore ball toter, and you're the freshman, and I want to show you what I can do.
Anton has quietly had a very solid year. Down to the 46, first and 10 Gulf Coast. They're leading 47-21 over Co-Lin. Of course, it sets up homecoming next week against East Central, the friendly confines of A.L. May Memorial Stadium. Kickoff at 2 o'clock. Now Hatton gives up the middle to Thornton, and he picks up maybe a yard on that play. What season is it right now?
It's fall.
No, I know that, but what hunting season is it?
Bow season just started for deer. And in a couple of weeks, we get squirrel and rabbit. So things are coming.
That's right.
Middle of November, gun season for deer. That's when I get scarce, as you know.
That's your bread and butter. Second down from the 45, 2nd and 9. Draw play to Snell, and Snell burrows his way down to about the 40 as the Bulldogs continue to run the ball and run the clock in the fourth quarter with a 47-21 lead.
You know, this homecoming, a dear friend of mine is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame there at the campus. Sandra Galot Fletcher is a veteran English teacher at Van Cleve, and she is married to Sonny Fletcher, who is in the record books from years back from Pascagoula, who played at Gulf Coast and was a fine back. I can tell you right now, he was excellent.
3rd and 6, the give. Goff gets the left side, gets the first down. He flips and moves the chains, and the Bulldogs continue to run it. Yeah, I met Sandra doing our Alumni Hall of Fame videos, which we do the Saturday of homecoming. One of the many activities we have. We have the Phi Theta Kappa recognition. The 1982 state championship team will be recognized, along with our Athletic Hall of Fame members. But I got to meet Sandra, a wonderful lady. I went over there and interviewed her over at Van Cleve and had a terrific time. Also, Dennis Burke from the JD campus and Dr. Houston C. from the Perk campus. He spells it S-E-A-Y, but he pronounces it C. So he is Mr. C, like Howard Cunningham from Happy Days.
So I'm sure that he stuck with that too,
yeah.
Mr. C. Sandra has taught all 3 of my kids senior English. My daughter, who is a senior now, she's taking English under Sandra. My 34-year-old daughter took it under, and my 29-year-old son took it under.
There you go.
Here's that play again. They jumped in the zone. Pass is caught.
Yeah, nice catch. I don't know if he picked up maybe 2 yards, but it looked good.
Had his pass complete to the Adrian Terry.
Certainly they're going to penalize him, right?
I don't know. It's really hard to tell. 11:28 to go.
They are not going to penalize him. No, they're not. I thought for sure he jumped in the zone.
Ball on the 36.
Get your picks on the World Series. You see, a St. Louis Cardinals fan. So, you know, in the old days, they wouldn't have made it.
That's right.
Because they're the new,
they're the extra wild card. But that's what they did last year. They were the last team to get in, and they won the World Series. How about Dietrich Goff bowling his way inside the 20 down to the 15 as that running game, probably up over 200, 250 yards again this week.
Well, boy, he is hammering going through there. I hate to see these kids lay on the field. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
No.
He is really, really dishing out some punishment as well as that offensive line is.
Cardinals have proven they are the most resilient team in baseball. Last year they were the last team to get in, and they won the World Series in 7 games over a very good Texas team. This year, same thing. They beat Atlanta on the infield fly rule, but that's not why they won the game. Braves committed 3 errors, and the Cardinals got the hits when they needed to. Then they go and beat the Giants here. I think the Giants won last night and staved off elimination, right? Is that correct?
I don't know. I
think they did. I think the Giants won, so it's not over yet, but it looks like the Cardinals have the inside track anyway.
You know what?
Taking on Detroit, you forget about just how good a manager Jim Leland is.
That's right. The Yankees has got a bigger budget than the state of Mississippi, and they've got depth. They got foreign systems and all. They're an excellent
yeah, they are
baseball team as well as financially sound, and you got to hand it to him. I mean, he did it with a much smaller payroll and got him to play. My shock was that 2 things that I didn't like. Number one, Washington got put out because I thought they would get in, but when they got in the playoffs, they benched their best pitcher because of innings pitched.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I don't understand. You're penalizing the kid, even though it was probably in some contract or something, that you'll throw this many innings and you'll get this much money. Well, but they stopped it there. They didn't let the contract go further.
It was really bizarre. Shamonte Brooks, by the way, was the injured Co-Lin player. He got off with a little bit of help. Let's hope he's okay. Now the stretch play. JoJo Snell gets the corner. JoJo hurdles his way inside the 10 and out of bounds near the 5 as the Bulldogs try to put another one on the board. And you see how quick JoJo is. A couple of seal blocks over there, and lost the ball at the end. But they're inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for Gulf Coast. 10:28 to go. Yeah, I didn't understand the Strasburg thing. That was really strange. Last time I checked, especially at the major league level, you play to win.
Yeah, and I think they penalized him, even though it was probably in writing somewhere. They penalized him by not allowing him to throw in playoff situations.
Of course, that being said, they blew a big lead at the end of that last game. Now it's Goff, no problem. Down to the goal line, and they didn't call it, did they?
Yeah, that one over there at the other side.
Okay, so I saw 2 that didn't. Okay, Goff's in again, another touchdown, and 6 more for Gulf Coast. Well, he's becoming a weapon here late.
I tell you, when they watch these films, of course, they're going to credit the line, but they watch these films, how many people he ran over and how hard he is to tackle. He's going to get some playing time in the games ahead.
He certainly is. That's the second touchdown this afternoon for Goff. The 4th in the last 2 weeks as Broccoli boots through the extra point. And now with 9:58 to go, it is 54-21 Gulf Coast here in the 4th quarter. We're talking about Jim Leland. He had those great years with Pittsburgh, and then he went and won a World Series down in Florida, and now he's with Detroit, and he's taken them to the World Series twice. So, terrific manager, Jim Leland. What were you going to say a second ago? I was still on the baseball kick. So
he's the manager that they would catch occasionally smoking in the dugout. And, I know occasionally the cameras would go over and he'd be trying to hide it. But am I right?
Yes.
The one that
That's all right.
But he is an exceptional manager because of what he's done and what he's accomplished. Buck Showalter, he's doing his job. He's doing it well.
Yeah. We'll have to wake up Shep down on the sidelines and see if he's awake.
There's no telling what kind of stories you're going to get him. You get your 2 guys. Is Gillum up in Minnesota because of you? I mean, is that why?
Probably.
Probably so?
Yeah, I think so. Broccoli boots away the kickoff, taken 5 yards deep. Shep, I don't even want to tell you what's been going on up here. We've just been telling random stories that go nowhere. What do you have? More of the same?
I'd be happy to contribute to that conversation. That's where I'd probably earn my most money.
This whole 3rd quarter was a bad Seinfeld episode.
It's a show about nothing.
Bill's stories about nothing. Yeah, is what it was. Yeah.
I mean, it's been just, complete domination down here.
Yeah.
The team completely focused on what it had to do. Coach talked about it before the game. And they really come out and put it on Co-Lin, who, maybe they're just having an off day. They've won a lot of football games this year. They were undefeated at this point in South Division play. So, you can't say that they're a bad team, but I find it hard to believe that the team that they're playing today, has the record that it has.
Yeah, got a little chippy over on the near sideline. Gladney made the catch, and they called a personal foul, kind of ticky-tack, but Co-Lin will get a first down out of that. But yeah, last week the tempo and this week's tempo. When you get like this team is going to be tough to beat down the stretch. The frenetic pace of the offense and the aggression of the defense.
Yeah, and honestly, on the last possession just now, Coach was kind of having a little fun with the chain gang, saying, you guys got to get moving faster. We got to keep this offense flowing. And, they're up 38 points or whatever it was at the time, so.
Rogers going deep, and that pass is in. Oh, come on.
Nah, that's a good call. He was looking at the receiver. He wasn't looking back at the quarterback.
I didn't see him. Okay. I'm blinded by the sun. I just saw it. Let's look at this again. Rogers going deep for Gladney, and I don't know.
It's tic-tac, but it looks like he wasn't really looking back at the quarterback, so.
Yeah.
But, hitting the stride at the right time, and we were discussing it on the way up here. I think in the last 3 games, they had scored, 150-something points?
Something like that,
They put up another 50-something today. Because, it seems like we're heading to a situation where it may come down to point differential.
Right.
So, you got to put a bunch of points on the board. So,
well, the other thing, too, assuming they finish this game. Oh, Rogers is absolutely lit up. Nigel Green, Dawson Wells, and Brandon Keel had a Chandler Rogers sandwich, and that one was served cold, and Rogers is down. He got hit hard. Wow.
He has done a pretty solid job of missing a lot of big contact today. He's only gotten hit maybe 2 or 3 times, but boy, they made up for it right there. And I was walking by defensive coordinator Steve Davis. He told Dawson Wells, hey, look, I'm getting ready to put the 2s in, so y'all get ready. Mm-hmm. I guess Dawson got to save his best hit for last. So
yeah, Chandler got his bell rung that time, and I think he's going to come out for a play. Coming in to spell him is Devontae Nichols or Darren Anderson. Darren Anderson's the backup quarterback, so Anderson will come in as they make sure Rogers is okay. He got ear hold. I do one of those where he's looking out of his ear hole.
Oh, yeah, and there's no reason for him to come back into this football game, especially after taking a shot like that.
Yeah. Well, Anderson comes in at quarterback, takes the snap, and throws in. That pass is incomplete. He was looking for his running back that time, and he had pressure coming from Cavellis Luckett. But we were talking about the points a minute ago, Shep. You saw the Northwest East Mississippi score 56-49. Both those teams can put up huge amounts of points. So, assuming we win this one and next week and you get to the playoffs, you're going to have to put some points on the board.
Well, and Co-Lin is finished with South Division play after today, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
And I believe they play Scuba next week, from what I heard here on the sideline. Then they'll be going up to East Mississippi. So, it'll be... we've got East Central next week. So, whoever you see in the playoffs, as we learned last year, that's an interception.
Yeah, Josh Keys making the pick.
He dropped it when he hit the ground.
Yeah. Nice play, though, by Josh playing the ball. Almost had the pick.
What we learned last year in the state championship game was, we held East Mississippi.
Yeah, he did drop it.
2.5, almost 3 full quarters of play. And they just flipped the switch and put it on us.
Right.
And, the defense, when you get into the postseason, it's 60 minutes, man. You got to give it, the whole run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And now another punt by Nolan Long. Keys will let it hit and take it at the 10. He's got the corner down to the 20 and taken down at the 22-yard line. And I think that's one of the reasons the Bulldogs went out and recruited speed this year. This team is 3 or 4 steps faster than the team was last year, and that's been pretty evident. Yeah, Co-Lin goes to Southwest actually there next week. Let's see, Jones takes on Northwest, so Jones is finished with South Division play. They shut out Southwest this week, so we'll see what happens down the road, but yeah, this Bulldog team is fast and it can put up points, and that's a dangerous combination in the playoffs.
Absolutely, and especially if we've got a chance to host, as South Division champions, at home on November 3rd. I've already started petitioning. Actually, I started petitioning Larry Taylor, the athletic director, to start that game as early as possible. Of course, LSU and Alabama scheduled to play at 7 o'clock. For the better part of a year now, they've been scheduled to play at 7 o'clock on November 3rd.
I don't think they're going to change that time.
Pretty sure that one's not going to get any movement.
Yeah.
And so,
even though the Mislu television network tried to get it, remember them from the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay, forget it.
Well, I talked to Ladd basically week 2 and said November 3rd playoff game. Let's start it at 11 a.m.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do it. Why not? Quentin Wheeler in at quarterback now. On the pitch to Eli Hughes. He's got some room. Eli in the open across the 40 and down to the 43-yard line. So Eli getting some mop-up work. Antoine Wells in the game as well, and some of the other second-teamers for Gulf Coast.
Eli on the carry there. He had a 1-1 in the first half, Bill. I thought it was pretty funny. One of the defenders kind of got spun around, and when he turned around, Eli was basically running right next to him. So they were kind of running stride for stride for a second, right in the middle of the field before the guy realized, oh, wait, he's got the ball, I should tackle him.
Can you do that again? Can you do there? Nice, very nice.
I was Rich shooting me.
I was watching you just out of the window. Hughes.
Yeah, but
look at this. He broke about 6 tackles. He's open and takes it out to the 45 before he's finally dragged down a flag down. So it'll probably all come back. But that was a half running man you did, half Victor Cruz touchdown dance.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of this also. Our viewers at home probably want to know what's going on. So they'll just have to leave it to their imagination, I guess.
They will. His imagination is the spice of life. Anyway.
But that was variety.
Or that too, sure. Anyway, this one's going to come back on a hold.
One thing that's good is I've actually had the same conversation with the referees for the last 3 weeks. Okay, it's time to run the clock. It's been ugly this year. I mean, Gulf Coast is really, since the Hines game, they haven't been in a close game.
Right. Yeah, take away the Jones game, which they lost. Right. Other than that, none of them really have been close. That is why we've been telling random stories in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Perhaps I should start scripting this, Yeah. Start telling Jimmy I had some 80s music stuff. My dream is to make a video sort of like Peter Gabriel Shock the Monkey,
Oh, yeah? All right, a lot of blue and dark and just...
and weird, and people with their face painted, and jumping out of the water, that kind of thing, spinning. He did that thing anyway. It's that one in the Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. I know that was 90s, but still, those two. Jimmy's just got his head in his hands. You've given up, haven't you? And you should, because now I'm just.
Delirious, buddy.
You know what it is? It's stream of consciousness is what it is.
Yeah, right, exactly. This is what every high school English teacher dreams of.
It is.
Put the pen to the paper and start writing.
Just whatever comes out. Yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? 2nd and 20 after that holding call. Wheeler in the game. I'll pretend like I'm doing. Oh, he got hammered in the backfield, and that's a fumble, and Co-Lin will recover. There's some miscommunication between Antoine Wells and Quentin Wheeler, and there's a fumble, and Co-Lin will recover.
My question was a while ago that we didn't get to talk about. When their quarterback got hit and knocked down, the ball came free, and we picked it up, but we didn't get it. Now, it happened here, and they did. Now, how can they call him down just because he got slammed? I mean, he really got fouled.
He did. Whatever the case, Co-Lin will take over 1st and 10 from the Gulf Coast 27. 6:17 to go in the game, and the Bulldogs leading 54-21. Darren Anderson in at quarterback after a huge sack on Chandler Rogers puts him out of the game.
I see Gulf Coast got their starting defense back out.
Yeah, they don't want to give up any more points. Let's see what happens here. Anderson on the rollout to his right, fires a pass. It's caught down at the 21 and breaking a tackle before he's brought down. I think that's Gladney for Co-Lin.
Well, there's no quit in this team, you know it. I mean, this game was over a long time ago, and they're still out there trying to score more points.
Inside 6 minutes to go, Bulldogs leading 57-21. Let's see if the defense can stiffen here after the turnover. You know, they've lost the turnover battle today, 2-1 so far. However, on the season, Gulf Coast, their turnover ratio is something ridiculous like plus 19.
Yeah, I was just, hadn't had a turnover yet. They had the block punt, or the bobbled snap on the Co-Lin punt that was picked up and run back. You'll have some great video of that. It happened right in front of me, so.
I'm glad you weren't shooting pictures of, lights or, anything like that.
Don't worry, I've got a fantastic cutaway that we can't really talk about on radio. But,
oh no, here we go.
I'm gonna get a text from sometime this week when we're editing video. It's just gonna say thank you. It's nothing dirty.
That's what I know.
It's just TV stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's stuff we only laugh at when we're in the editing booth.
That's right. It's stuff that people in the stands don't realize they're doing. That happens to get caught on camera. So now they know what those celebrities feel like, you know?
Right, exactly. Everyone wants to be a celebrity. Anderson on play action in trouble, and he's going to get gobbled up by Whitney Richardson. The ball is loose.
We got it.
And the Bulldogs have it. And Coach Campbell's loving it. To him, this game is 14-all in the fourth quarter. You know?
You got to love number 99 for Gulf Coast ball.
Dalton Davis, yeah.
Whenever number 99 is involved, you know something crazy is happening.
Yeah, Dalton Davis, the freshman. He's from Hurley. So the Bulldogs get it back. They got it on the 25. Go ahead,
4:46 left, and this you would hopefully that the Bulldogs could sustain the drive, and let's get the time off this clock and get out of here without any more injuries or anything happening, because I think point-wise, if you go back and look at the last 4 games now and add them up, 200-something points and scored in the last 4 games.
Well, it's good. It's just like Coach said, everything that they want to achieve is right there in front of them. As Antoine Wells gets his first carry of the game, picks up a tough 3 yards. But Coach said that everything that they want is right in front of them. With the win today, then you move on next week, take care of business at home against East Central, then the road to the Mississippi Bowl comes through Perkinston.
That's right.
Via, if you're going to do it video-wise, via Germany. But for the most part, Perkinston.
Well, we talked about that, a month ago after they lost to Jones. The national title is always the ultimate goal when you play for Gulf Coast. But that doesn't start without a South Division championship, I mean, that's how it's made, or at least the playoff. There's a couple of punches thrown. Co-Lin's number 43 should probably be heading to the showers.
That's Chris Lyles. And, I just caught the tail end of that.
Wheeler carries to the 30.
And that's just frustration. Co-Lin was wanting to make a statement today, and they fell behind quickly, and Coach Glenn Davis is going to give him a piece of his mind.
And he's doing it. I mean, it's...
he's getting the business, as they say.
Personal foul on number 43 of the defense. A 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So let's see.
Did not eject the player, so he's eligible to play next week.
3:55 left. Let's see. We'll listen to Mississippi State on the way home. They kick off at 7, right?
Oh, my family. They kick off at 6.
6, okay.
My family coming against Middle Tennessee State. The Dogs looking to move to 7-0 as they've got Alabama. They'll be going to Starkville. They'll be going to Tuscaloosa next week.
You know what they need to do? For 1 week, they need to let Emory Ballard coach. Because back in 1980, he ran the wishbone against Bear Bryant and beat him.
And John Bond should play quarterback. Does he have any more eligibility?
He's got like 6 years left. What are you talking about?
He ran for mayor a couple of years ago in Starkville, and the joke running around town was his slogan was going to be 6'3", remember me.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah, why not?
He's kin to me.
Is he really?
Yeah, he sure is.
Really?
I'm telling you the truth. He's kin to me.
Hey, you told me the truth about bulldoze and pine trees, so why should I think you're exaggerating?
But you're talking about the Starkville game.
Yeah.
My daughter, who is a senior, she's at the game. My son Johnny took her. This is her first SEC football game to go to.
Wow. Wells up the middle in the Co-Lin territories. We near the 3-minute mark, 2:55 to go. And Southern plays what time? At 6 or 7? They play at 7 in the throwback uniforms against Marshall tonight, trying to get their first win.
Antoine Wells again.
Yeah, I'm going to let you talk about them because
yeah.
Jimmy Barnes.
Well, that's all you got to say. They're trying to get their first win, and now we'll move on. Yeah. Rough times. Hard times. But you never know. Maybe they'll get one. One's better than none.
One of these years.
Yeah. It's rough.
I'm just
it's bizarre.
blown away at how you go from 10 or 11 wins last year to this.
And now Wheeler takes it up the middle on the keeper inside the 40, and I think they're probably going to go into the victory formation here with 2:08 to go, up 54-21. Wouldn't surprise me as they pick up another first down to all but seal this one away. So Gulf Coast will move to 7-1 overall, 4-1 in the division, welcoming East Central in next Saturday for homecoming. And of course, log on to our website to register for all the homecoming activities. Of course, we have the Clem Dellinger Memorial Golf Tournament Friday at Wind Dance. That night, the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the Beau Rivage, and then Saturday, a full plate of activities as Antoine Wells takes it outside and brings it down to about the 32. Another flag.
Well, I was going to say he did the smart thing because he could have got more yardage, but he been knocked out of bounds. And the clock would have stopped, but he stayed in bounds. But there's a flag down. So,
hey, you know what we haven't talked about? I forgot our new mascot.
Yeah, the little dog. Yeah, the little
9-week-old bulldog. He's 14 pounds. And he's not as feisty as you'd think, but he's just a puppy, you know? He's just a puppy. He's a sweet little puppy, and he's our new mascot, Mac 2.
I remember old Mac years way back.
Yeah. He was popular with the ladies.
Will he be making an appearance next weekend?
I believe he will, yes. He was unveiled to our Board of Trustees this week, and he came over, we took some pictures of him, he modeled for us. He loves the camera. As the Bulldogs go to the victory formation, going to win this one 57-21, 54-21 over Co-Lin. And as we said, a pretty dominating performance by the Bulldogs. This will be their 5th straight over the Wolves, dating back to 2009.
So right now, if you look at standings tonight, most everybody's through with conference play except us. And you look at the north side, if it stands right now, East Mississippi would win the north.
They clinched the north, as a matter of fact, Thursday night when they beat Northwest.
And Northwest will be the number 2 team.
Mm-hmm.
So Co-Lin, the way it looks, has got to play East Mississippi and then turn around and play East Mississippi again.
Let's see.
They would be the number 2 in the South.
That would be, no, Co-Lin doesn't play East Mississippi. They've got one more division game next week. So they would play.
I thought you said they played East Mississippi in the last game of the season.
No, they don't. I thought so, but I looked on the schedule and they don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they will have to go to East Mississippi.
Depending
on the way it is. Depending on next week.
It does, because it could be them, it could be Jones. I hadn't really gotten that far on the whole tiebreaker. I think it would be them because they beat Jones.
I think so too.
Either way, North Coast comes in here and takes care of business as they defeat the Co-Lin Wolves 54-21 to go to 7-1 on the year and 4-1 in the division. Setting up next week's homecoming regular season finale against the East Central Warriors. 2 o'clock kickoff at A.L. May Memorial Stadium. As Coach Campbell and Coach Davis shake hands, we'll go down to Shep and get some comments from Coach Campbell on this huge MAC-JC South Division win.
Well, Bill, Coach still making his way over here. Does it seem like it's been a while since we played a home game?
Years. Yeah, it does.
I'm looking forward to just playing one in Parkinson next week and not having to ride in the van for 8 years to get to a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know, when we start telling stories, 2 hours seems like 8 years.
Good effort by our squad today.
Yeah, a lot of intensity, prepared to play. came out and made a statement early.
You don't never know what's going to happen with these youngsters out there, but they've grown and grown and grown, especially in the last 4 games. They've really grown since that loss. That loss really woke them up. And you got to credit our coaching staff and the leaders, the sophomore leaders. You do.
Okay, here's Shep with Coach Campbell.
All right, guys. Coach, still shaking some more hands with some Co-Lin players. Making sure the Bulldogs get over to their sideline. Here it comes. Just initial reactions, Coach. 54-21. You know, this is a team that's undefeated in the South Division, and they really kind of had our way with them.
Yeah, well, you know, they got a great football team, and we came out ready to play today, and that just goes to show when you protect the football. I don't think we didn't have any turnovers there until late.
Right.
And then when you protect the football, when we do, we're a pretty good football team, and the defense created some turnovers, and was very pleased to get the win. So it was a great game. Was really proud of the way you guys played on both sides of the ball.
How did they avoid the letdown? I mean, they came out so strong at the beginning of the game. 14 points given up in the first half, only gave up 7 in the second half. So how did you get them to keep that momentum?
Because we got busted on that against Jones, and I think we learned a lesson that you got to finish. Yeah. And ever since then we played close to 2 full halves, so I was really pleased.
All right, so one more game of the season. Next week, East Central. It's a South Division game.
Gotta win it. This one don't mean anything.
Right.
If we don't win that one, this one doesn't mean anything in order.
All right, so Co-Lin's already finished with the South.
Yep.
Jones has already finished with the South. We're the only team still, in the playoff hunt that has a chance to win. So what's the message over the next 7 days?
The message is we need to keep getting better. We need to get better, and we need to, we got some momentum going. We need to carry it on into in the next week and into the playoffs.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot. See you next week. So there it is, Bill. I can stick down here if you want. You want to hear what our coach has to tell the team? Yeah, why not? Okay.
Come on. Hey, guys, everybody up in here. Take the knee real quick. Hey, guys, real proud of the effort. Real proud of our offense, defense, and special teams. We said it's going to take everybody, and it did. Guys, early in the year when we got 39 freshmen and 16 sophomores. Started off, everybody said you're too young to get it done. Now you're this close. You are this close. Then we stumbled a couple of weeks ago, and everybody counted you out. We ain't done nothing yet, but we're this close. Now, real proud of today's game. You guys played great against a great football team at their place, and you beat them handily. Very proud of the effort. This game doesn't mean anything without a victory next week. Y'all understand that, right? Next week is a South Division game. We've got to win it, and this is a team that beat the team we play next week. Beat Hines. Team we play next week's won 3 or 4 football games. Good football team. So we got to have a great week of practice. We got some momentum going. We need to keep it going, keep getting better, and then let's push this thing all the way through. Really proud of the effort, guys.
Well, there it is, Bill. I mean, he lays it out for the team. Tells them, you know what, this was nice. We'll enjoy it for a ride home. Back to film tomorrow. Back in the training room. Back on the practice field on Monday.
Yeah, we will. And get ready for East Central coming in. And hopefully that tempo will continue into next week. But in the meantime, they'll enjoy a 54-21 victory. All right, thanks, Shep. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, guys.
All right, Shep down on the field. And Jimmy, your thoughts as we wrap this thing in blue and gold tonight?
I credit the inside guys. I credit our line on both sides. The pressure that was applied by our defensive line, the holes that were opened up by our offensive line. I credit our running backs who hit the holes well, who hung on to the football. I don't know. I hadn't seen any stats. We had to have over 300 yards of just rushing in this ball game.
Probably so.
By several different backs. And, we had a back that hadn't been carrying the ball a whole lot who got to tote it a good bit here tonight and showed he can carry the football and he can carry it with some aggression. Yeah. So I think he opened the eyes of Steve Davis and Steve Campbell. I think you're going to see him carry it into the playoffs and carry it some more. And, of course, we want Nettles to get well because we're doing this even though we have a great stable of running backs with our number 1 star back on the sideline.
That's true, and that's where the depth and just the talent comes in with this freshman class. Dietrich Koff has done a great job. JoJo Snell, Eli Hughes, all those guys just really doing a great job toting the ball for the Bulldogs as they win it 54-21. So, another big win on the road for Gulf Coast. That's their 5th win in a row over the Co-Lin Wolves, and we will see you next week at 2 o'clock as the Bulldogs wrap up the regular season against East Central here on Bulldog Live and 103.1 FM WOSM. For Jeff Shepard, our fantastic Bulldog Live crew, the folks back at 103.1 FM WOSM, and everyone involved, for Jimmy Davis, Jeff Shepard on the field, I'm Bill Snyder. Have a great night and a great weekend. We will see you next week.